Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? Another day, another you, another me. What's been happening? Probably gonna play some games today. I don't know. We were getting owned yesterday. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I don't know. We were getting absolutely owned. I was losing to everyone and their mum. Beginning to question myself. Do I have what it takes? Do I really have the know-how? I don't think I do anymore. But that's where we're at. How's everyone going? It's like it's getting close to Christmas. I'll give you guys who are here because you guys are the real deal, and I guess anyone who wants to open the VOD and listen to this. Basically, my plan for now until the end of the year is going to be a couple streams here and there. Probably not going to stream on Christmas. Probably not going to stream on Boxing Day. I might stream on Christmas Eve. Probably gonna. I might stream on Monday 22nd. We'll stream on Tuesday 23rd. Probably will stream on the Saturday 27th. 28th I won't be streaming. 29 might be my last stream for the year. Then I'm away on the 30th, 31st, and 1st. And after that, I should be back to just regular streaming from then on, which is going to be like the long kind of European morning, European afternoon, midday. Yeah, European midday times, onwards and upwards. That's my plan, basically. Christmas is ruined, I know. But yeah, we're having a little bit of a break on the whole thing, and it's been going well so far. So that's my story. Thanks for listening. Wow, that was a fast queue. We found that queue very, very fast. Do we keep playing random? Do we want to play God? Do we want to do God requests? Not really. Let's just play random. A Zeus only stream? No. I don't know how. I don't know how to play Zeus only. I got no idea. Let's do some recording. Alrighty. So we're back in the ranked action here. We're going up against ranked opponent. This is Borg. Borg destroyed us last time. So hopefully we go a little bit better on this one. We are against... Actually, we should probably do this in this matchup. I've gotten a lot... Oh, he's probably gonna go for Gaia Forest, not Forest Fire or something, isn't he? I've been getting a lot of Susanoo and stuff lately. Oh, I didn't get rid of that other villager either. Oh well. Yeah, I lost to Borg the other day. He dominated me, so we have to get some revenge. Good luck. I might pop this. Anna. I'll put you over here. Just like that. Nice and defensive. Very simple. Let's come over onto this. I haven't found any goat shit. Not the best. Look at how much you're getting though. You're getting so much. How much do you get? Not as much. 0.07. It's not bad. Not good. It's fine. Can't complain about it. But yeah, this position's super open. How's Susanoo versus Thor? I think it should be fine. The one thing we have in this matchup is whatchamajigits. The Spearmen. I think Spearmen are going to be really helpful. Spearman Samurai if he wants to go into a whole bunch of Hursa or something like that. We'll need a house soon. Still no goats on this spot, but that's okay. Oh, there you go. Send them back home. Generally, this map is more of a defensive-ish map, but... I need to play reactively with Susanoo, right? He does get a nice big economic advantage, unless he wants to rush me, which he might be. I don't know, I didn't go scout him. I should have. I should have sent my guy over there. He's now scouting over here. I should probably just run over to the other side, because he's probably grabbed all the goats on that side. Maybe one more villager, and then a last Miko. We could just go for like mass swamplands as well, and be really, really max annoying here. What's this? How do I miss that? How do those goats not get picked up by my guy? I don't even understand. How am I that bad? I think I might send my guy up there. I mean, I'm mostly planning to be defensive if he goes one town center anyways, so I should be able to just defend this. I could go right into this corner. It's an absolute heaven of a place. So we can YOLO that a little bit. Not the end of the world if it gets spotted. I might just grab the relics first. Yeah. I thought as much. Let's see what he's building in his main base. Mix him with some of these. That's fair enough. That means he's going for a forward temple or something? I feel like I'm getting... I feel like I'm getting like without question here, getting hit with an extra town center. 'Cause I just haven't seen anything yet, but... yeah, it is. That's one way to play the matchup. Very confused. Like, I get what the idea is. The idea is you put so much pressure on that you force out a whole bunch of units and then you sneak up a town center behind it. But I actually expected it to already be up. Like, I was expecting to see the second town center and have to do like an all-in with like Fujin or something. Like, I expected this to already be up, like Berserk, because I didn't see the Berserk attacking me. I was like, he's probably gone one Berserk on the, with like 3 Herso forward, right? With the Valk, 1 Berserk on the town center, and then the rest of the Berserk, rest of the Herso getting trained from the temple over onto the town center. And I thought it was already going to be up. That was my thought. Like, actually, let me have a look at this situation here. Oh, he got the wood at 6 minutes. I guarantee you gold is through the roof. It's actually not. It's up here at 7 minutes. I don't even know what he did here. This is really weird. Is he just floating a ton of food then? No. Wait, did he go extra upgrades? Oh, he went for bronze weapons. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. All right. Is it me or are the graphics a tiny... It doesn't feel blurry to me. Yeah, I think you can do something like that. Like if you do the 4-minute crag hack advance, build 3 Herso, take everyone off food onto golden wood, and drop the town center at like 5 minutes with 1 Berserk while your Herso are harassing. I think that makes sense for like all of Norse, not just Thor. Revenge double points. Did I get double points? Oh, you want me to? I can take a look at your game, Jung. Sure. Yeah, we could do a bunch of reviews today. I'll play ranked games otherwise. What's the game? Where is Young Oath? Young Oath. 1611. A man on a mission. Against Lord Hart. Is it the Poseidon one? I guess it's the Poseidon one. Is Loki OP? I think I've already got it. Do I? Yeah. Can already tell what the mistakes are of this one, to be honest. This is not an easy matchup for Poseidon, in my opinion. Do I have this open as well? Oh. All right. Yeah. Do we want to drop this? Are we looking to a rush? Loki early on? Is that a bad idea on this map? It's not a bad idea because you've got the gazelle start. You have food you can target, right? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if really, really, really high level Loki players would skip this second ox cart and herd gazelle in. Like you would grab the wood, right? So first and foremost, you send the berserk out. This would be like super high level, like super try hard. I know I'm playing versus Poseidon before the game even starts type business, right? You jump onto the palm tree immediately. Get all the wood you need. Then go over onto the food, right? And then make sure you're only killing one animal at a time. Do your scout, come back, drop a house, drop a temple, and then herd all the animals underneath the town center. And then all of a sudden, all you've got to hit with the early advance is like this gold. It's a lot of sort of downtime for the berserk after you've scouted, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, fast advance against someone who's not going to do that. You probably have a few different locations you can attack. Now, if it's all bunched up on one position, it does make life a little bit tricky as well. So on this specific situation, you're not going to get a huge amount of value because you can just put a temple here and a house here. So one idea that wouldn't be terrible actually from the side of what you're deciding to do here early on would be to send the scout in straight away and just see that the food is not where the gold is. If that makes any sense. If you can see that these two packs of resources are far away from each other, then we can start thinking about going for an early attack. Because they're so close, I don't feel like you're going to get the value. That's my take on it, but let's watch and see. Yeah, Loki is Crag Hack, I believe. He is the Norse menace on the ladder. Let's flip this over. Okay, so Hermes. I think Ares is actually viable in this matchup. If you wanted to try it, you could try it. The idea is not to go for any crazy rush. You don't have the advantage then. The idea is that you can make yourself some version of Hoplite, Toxote, and be in a good spot. Maybe make some Hippias right off the bat into pure Hoplite Toxote as an idea. But you're just playing defense. So that'd be on a nice defensive closed map. Maybe this map's not the best for that. But if you had like really nice second back hunt or something, you could go for that sort of type of idea. So you're charging in here. He's already in the next stage. Your centaur doesn't have the angles to get anything. Unfortunately, you just gave a bunch of favor over to your opponent. Yeah, against flaming weapons, I wouldn't care too much, right? Like, you've just got stronger units. And you've got bronze. So, why worry about it? Just go bronze. Bronze Ares makes a lot more sense. Okay, so straight in onto favor here. This is a little on the slow side for going into centaur. Going into mass centaur here. I actually don't know about this idea. I don't think this is a great plan. I don't think opening up double stables is a great plan either. But... And I'm not actually even sure... Like, this specific matchup, right? Like, if it was maybe Odin, I'd be more like, yeah, great, go for it. But this specific matchup, the Speedy Hersa... You don't have... It's quite difficult to make this work, I think. That's my take. I think this sort of a strategy or this sort of a plan is quite difficult to make work. So what else could you try? One really nice idea is to play for like a heroic age, where you go somewhere between 5 and 10 Hippias, circling around, making sure that he's never got any chance to leave his base and get hunt. That would be the thing you want to stop, first and foremost. Maybe stopping walls and things like that. Just make sure you never lose your centaur and it's okay. But you can't actually enter your opponent's base here with these Hippias. This is not going to be an option. You have to kind of run around and just be searching for villages outside of his base. And then if you can keep him stuck in his base, then you go heroic age. And now we're playing for Hypaspist. If you can get the Hypaspist out, then that's where life gets really, really nice for you. in this matchup. It's also why I kind of suggest Ares isn't a terrible idea. You can't take this fight because of the Herdman. Another idea here, if you're in a pinch, is to actually go into some Toxotes. It's not a terrible play. Like if you're stuck in the classical age and it's like 8 minutes and you see your opponent is like mined out the majority of this gold mine, you could arguably go into Toxotes here. Like he's clearly going for heroic age though, so you could maybe just matching is the best play. You can see his villagers over here, and you're going to get stuck on this. Actually, no, we run back through the main base. Actually, not a bad thing if you've got the upgrade for your Hippias to do this. You take a lot of damage in doing this if you don't have the upgrade, but if you got the upgrade, it's so fine. So you're actually in a really nice position here. But I would be considering either full sitting in the classical age and going like, I mean, the plan here, right, would be to full sit in the classical age, sit on this, and make sure that this never gets grabbed, this never gets grabbed, this never gets grabbed, while just knocking on the door over here, and just making sure that he is respecting that you're in this classical age. Obviously, you're not allowed out of your base here. There's no, like, this is probably the thing that you lost on. Just here. You're not allowed out of your base. There's no reason to go out of your base. Just drop a second lure. Go onto your goats. The only time you go out of your base is when you're sitting on your hunt. Right? Losing these villages is like losing the game. Like you have no, there's no, if yeah, you're not allowed to lose villages in this matchup. You're just not. So, good luck coming back from this position is my thought. Yeah, you definitely just drop a second lure on this chicken or something as well. Like that's totally fine. Of course, if you could hit his villages here, we can equalize, right? But like I said, the correct play here for him is to also never lose any villages. He's going to be on his chickens. He's going to be on his goats. He's eaten a little bit of these rhinos, but he's so scared of being over here because you can just knock the wall down and get villager kills that he's not even sitting on it. Like he's so scared. And we can't even take this fight here because there's not enough units to kill off the Herdman. So I think if you instead of going Centaur here, you went into Toxotes, it probably would have been better. Or, alternatively, if you'd never lost any Centaur, then life would be really good here. Funnily enough, you won the fight. So I don't know what I'm talking about. And you should have won this game now. Because he's out of gold. But you're letting... I see. Oh, never mind. Got to kill some village. You have to get some value here without question. You've got to kill off like 5 villages. 1, 2. Sad. I mean, I guess, like, all things considered, I mean, this game is going every which way that I would not expect. I think it's mostly just mistakes from both players. So, cool. Another Vill pick. I guess just up the top is correct. You probably should actually send a villager over there to build a stable on this. And also you should send a villager down here to build a stable here and a stable here. The only way out of this position for him is to sell resources and build mass trolls. So what are your options right now? It's definitely don't go heroic age. This is the incorrect option. The correct option is stay classical age. And force him to have to take a fight without having any gold income. Okay, this is good. I think we're just floating too many resources. Like, if you look at the resources here, I mean, this is probably... Do you have armor upgrades? Yeah, this too. If these resources were at, like... 200 and like 50. Like if you had if none of this was an issue right now, you would be at 5k military resource value and you're all good. You could probably knock down this Great Hall as well while this is all going on. All right, this is getting annoying. Why is this not walled off? Is there a reason for this not to be walled off? Wall from here up to here. Wall from here down to here. It's not that big of a deal. It'll cost you like 100 resources, maybe 150 resources, and you're completely safe. Is there another gold mine on the map? No. Okay. I don't know how this goes wrong for you here. Is it just, it might just be really bad control or something? Is he on a gold mine up here now? Does he have a gold mine somewhere on the map? No. I mean, you've got full control. So. I see. I figured it out. You ran through the stuff. Okay, where's your heroes at? Are we gonna... Oh, God.
Prostagma?
1. Well, that's one way to throw, I guess. All the resources are spent now, though. That's nice. You have enough for another ceasefire. That's also nice. Realistically, the Hippias probably should not be here. And they should just either be sitting on top of the trolls and trying to kill those off, or sitting over here. But this is I guess you just got caught out. Well, there's probably nothing else about this. You just got caught out on this position. Should have won the fight. You could go back and watch that fight a million more times to figure out exactly what went wrong. But things like walling off this, making sure this is nice and safe. Let's just watch that fight one more time. And see how you could have won it. Yeah, the trolls aren't that... They're not that big of a deal, man. You had 75 favor. You could have had an extra 5 centaur. Also, like, how could the trolls ever be here? They should never be there. This fight going so well for you. Was this just because of the Einherry? No, nothing really went wrong there. Seemed to have worked. I can't believe it's... I guess all these Herbmen attacking the Atalanta. Yeah, that's probably it. He did micro it, finally. Ursa not on top of the center. I feel like you should have just lost right on the spot here. You had a much better comp, but I think maybe just some bad control from Craghack. So this here is annoying me. I think this is actually the main problem. You have all of these resources. Could you just imagine it? How much does that even cost to get these walls up? Can we do this? Yeah, we just go here. 33. Here. 60. Here. Here.
Έτοιμος. Λέγε.
Πρόσταγμα.
I guess because you know the trolls are coming, you should always have your heroes out. Where's your guy? It's non-existent, man. Yeah, okay, so if we watch this here... First things first, we lose 2 centaur before the fight begins. These units need to like never die. Because these guys are infinite value, right? So if you never lose a centaur, you're in a really good spot.
Λέγε.
Easier said than done, but that's the real trick. Because like these aren't even like people think these guys are raiders. They're not really raiders. They're DPS machines which die in a couple of shots. So if you get that DPS off here, lose another one, and you use the shot onto these Hursar as well. If you use the shot onto the Herdman, all of a sudden all the Herdmen die. Like all of those Herdmen would have died if that shot was correct. All of these ones would have been dead. And all of a sudden we're equal on the military diff as the fight starts. And then all of your hippies get to survive, and then they get to be on top of the trolls. And then we're in a good spot. And that's even after losing 2 centaur. You would have been in a good spot. So one special ability screw up from the centaur and sad times. So I guess that's where things went wrong. This score diff here is wild though. I guess Loki is just really strong. Does that help? There's a couple of key takeaways. One is feel free to use before I end the game, check how many farms. I already left. One key takeaway is you can use Lure second time as Poseidon in that matchup. That's totally fine. 2, don't lose any villages. 3, don't lose any centaur. Never lose centaur. Find a world passage. Like, you don't need to get value with the centaur. I think that's the big thing. They just have to be in your army for the main fight. Yeah. The big important fight he took without half of his army is probably the other big thing. Just don't lose units, yeah. It's important, man. Who am I playing? Oh, I'm already tired, guys. I woke up at like 8 a.m. today. It was crazy. Machine gun. Alright, let's do this one. I was gonna just go Mass Centaur in this matchup. I got a different plan. I don't know if that gold mine is okay. Okay, it's fine. Be dense. What's that? Grass cutting sword. Actually quite a nice relic. But not for this god. Vanilla warriors fight again. I'm not very vanilla anymore. Yeah, I think going. How does this keeps happening? How do I go past this and not have the goats? I have to walk back over there. I need to get. I guess we go onto the back. It's such a shitty wood line though. At least there's a tower close by here. This town center is really nice with the food on it. This one's even better with the back gold mine though, so we'll go there.
Λέγε βούλων θηρευτής. Πρόσεχε.
Μεταλλεύς.
Λέγε μάλιστα. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι. Μεταλλεύς. Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμο. Ορφάνι. Βούλομε. Ορφάνι. Ορθός. Λέγε βουλάνι.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλο. Ναι. Βρυτόμος.
Έτοιμος. Ορθάνη. Βούλομαι. Ορθάνη. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Πάνη. Ορθός.
Youngo, thank you for the
Βούλανε.
gifted sub, man.
Έτοιμος.
Έτοιμη. Πρόσεχε. Τέκτον. Βρυτόμος.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Θηρευτής.
Λέει ορθός. Πάνη. Βούλομαι.
Ετοίμος. Ναι, βούλομαι.
Έτοιμη.
Πρόσεχε.
Έτοιμος.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε.
Λέγε. Τέκτο.
Λέγε.
Μεταλλεύς.
Έτοιμος.
Λέγε. Μάλ. Έστω. Εισβολή.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Έστω. 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 Μάλιστα. Ναι, έστω.
Ορθάνη. 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 Έτοιμο. Βούλομαι. Εισβολή. Πάνη. Ορθάνη. Ορθός.
Βούλομαι. Ναι.
Μάλιστα. Εισβολή.
Μάλ. Έστω. Βούλομαι.
Έστω. Εισβολή.
Λέει. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Εις μάχη.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Ναι.
Ετοίμος. Μάλιστα. Πρόσταγμα.
Έστω. Ναι. Εισβολή.
Λέει. Βούλομαι. Καλώς.
Βούλομαι.
Ναι. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Βούλ. Έστω. Εις μάχη.
Λέγε.
Ορθάνη. Ορθός.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμος. Ναι. Θηρευτής.
Πρόσεχε.
Ετοίμος. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος.
Εισβολή. Λέει. Μα. Ναι. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμο. Μάλι. Βούλομαι. Εσ. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Καλώς.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Εσ. Μα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Λέστο. Μάλιστα.
Ετοίμος. Λέγε.
Έτοιμος. Έστω.
Πρόσεχε.
Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Εισβολή.
Έτοιμο. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Εις μάχην.
Προσβούλομαι. Μα έστω.
Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Έτοιμο. Καλώς. Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή.
Έστω. Μάλιστα. Έστω. Ναι.
Πρόσεχε. Τέκτο.
Λέει. Πρόσεχε.
Έτοιμο. Έστω.
Ναι.
Λέει. Μα. Βούλομαι. Καλώς.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Εισβολή.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Έστω. Έστω.
Έστω. Εισβολή.
Έστω. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι.
Λέγε. Βούλ. Μάλιστα.
Έστω. Εις μάχην. Εισβολή. Εις μάχην.
Ετοίμα. Βούλομαι. Ναι.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον.
Προς. Ναι. Τέκτον.
Λέει. Μάλιστα. Θηρευτής.
Έτοιμο. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλ. Εισβολή.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Έστω. Ναι. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Εις μάχη.
Ναι.
Λέγε. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω.
Ετοίμος. Ναι. Βούλ. Έστω.
Λέγε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Μα. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Τέκτον.
Έτοιμη.
Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε.
Προσέχε. Βούλομαι. Καλώς.
Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Καλώς. Μάλιστα. Εισβολή.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Τέκτον.
Ah, fuck.
Μα. Ναι.
Έτοιμος.
Προσβρυτόμος. Έτοιμη. Θηρευ. Μάλιστα. Έστω. Ναι. Μεταλλεύς.
Έστω. Βούλ. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμος. Βούλανε.
Έστω. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον.
Πρόσεχε.
Μάλιστα. Ταπεινός. Λέγε. Με μεταλλεύς.
Λέγε.
Έστω. Μάλιστα. Έτοιμος. Έστω. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Λέει. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι. Έστω.
Έτοιμο. Έστω.
I don't think I can build these. I didn't expect him to go into those.
Βούλομαι. Έστω.
That's okay.
Ετοίμος. Μα. Βούλομαι.
Losing that centaur really set me back.
Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόστα. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμος. Ναι. Θρητόμος.
Έτοιμο. Ορθός. Πάνη.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλο. Λέγε.
Λέγε.
Θηρευτής.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα. Ορθός.
Λέγε.
Έτοιμος. Πάνι.
Βούλεστο. Ναι, μα βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι.
Ετοίμος. Μα ναι.
Έτοιμη. Προβούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε.
Μάλιστα. Καλώς.
Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμα. Ταπεινό. Ναι. Βου. Ταπεινός.
Έτοιμη. Βρυτόμος. Ταπεινό.
Λέγε.
Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Ορθός. Έτοιμος. Πάνι. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Πάνι.
Ναι. Εισβολή. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε. Μεταλλεύς. Έτοιμος. Έστω.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Ορθός. Βούλομαι.
Βούλουμε. Ναι.
Πρόσεχε. Βου. Ναι.
Έτοιμος.
Έτοιμο. Μάλιστα. Τέκτον.
Πρόσταγμα. Ορθάνι. Ορθός. Ορθός. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον.
Παν. Βούλομαι. Ορθός.
Έτοιμη. Λέγε. Ναι. Μεταλλεύς.
Βούλομαι. Ναι, μάλιστα.
Βου. Ναι. Έστω.
Βούλομαι. Καλώς.
Λέγε.
Λέγε.
Έτοιμο. Παν. Βούλομαι. Καλώς.
Εις μάχη.
Πρόσταγμα. Ορθάν. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλο.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον.
Παν.
Ναι. Ναι.
Έτοιμη.
Βου. Φορβός.
Ορθός.
Πρόσεχε.
Προστάνι. Βούλο. Εισβολή.
Μα βούλομαι.
Ναι. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Θηρευτής.
Λέει ετοίμος.
Έτοιμος.
Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Ορθό. Όρο.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Βρυτόμος.
Πάνι.
Πρόστα μάλιστα. Εις μάχη.
Λέγε. Έτοιμος. Ορθός. Πάνι.
Εισβολή. Εις μάχη.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Παν. Βούλομαι. Παν. Ορθός. Βούλομαι.
Ναι, έστω. Βούλομαι. Ναι.
Λέγε. Προβούλομαι. Μεταλλεύς.
Έτοιμο. Ναι. Τέκτον.
Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Λέει μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Τέκτον.
Μάλιστα. Τέκτον.
Ετοίμος. Έστω.
Λέγε. Ορθός. Βούλο. Καλώς. Έτοιμο. Όρο.
Λέγε. Ναι. Καλώς.
Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε.
Προσές. Βουφορβός.
Πρόσταγμα. Βου. Φορβός.
Ετοίμος. Πρόσταγμα. Βουνε. Έστω. Μα βούλε. Έστω. Ετοίμος. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Βούλμα. Έστω. Ναι.
Παν. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Λέει
Τέκτον.
πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ετοίμος. Βου μάλιστα.
Ναι. Βου. Φορβός.
Έστω.
Έστω. Βου.
Πρόσεχε.
Φορβός.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Ετοίμος. Ναι. Μα έστω.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Τέκτον. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Βούλ μάλιστα. Έστω. Ναι.
Λέγε.
Μάλιστα.
Λέγε. Έστω. Τέκτον. Πρόσεχε. Τέκτον.
Πρόστα. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Λέει ναι. Έστω.
Λέγε.
Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα.
Ορθό. Εισβολή.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Πρόσταγμα. Λέει βου. Έστω. Με μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον. Τέκτον.
Έστω. Βου.
Ετοίμος. Βούλ. Έστω.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Εισβολή. Βου. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Εις μάχη. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Εις μάχην. Καλώς. Εις μάχην.
Παν.
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα. Τέκτον.
Λέγε.
Λέει. Τέκτον.
Ναι. Θρητόμος.
Λέγε. Πρόστα λέγε. Ναι.
Προσβούλ. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα.
Ορθβούλο.
Should I fuck this up?
Πρόσεχε.
Ναι.
Έτοιμος. Πάνι. Ορθός.
Έτοιμη. Τέκτον.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Λέγε. Βου. Ναι. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Μα βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Μα βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος.
Λέει. Ναι. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Παν. Βούλομαι. Ορθός. Πάνι. Πρόσταγμα. Πάνι. Ορθός. Έτοιμος.
Get back here, Bills!
Μάχην. Λέγε. Όρο. Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς. Λέγε. Βάνι. Ορθάνι. Έτοιμος.
Μάλιστα. Έστω. Ναι.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω.
Έτοιμος. Θηρευτής.
Λέει πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ετοίμος. Πρόσταγμα. Μα βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Τέκτον.
Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα.
Λέει, μάλιστα.
Λέει. Έστω. Ναι. Έτοιμη.
Έστω.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμο. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόστα λέει με μεταλλεύς.
Ναι.
Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμο. Εισβολή. Ταπεινός.
Έστω.
Λέγε. Έστω. Τέκτον. Έτοιμη.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Ναι.
Ναι. Ταπεινός.
Ετοίμος. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Τέκτον. 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 Έτοιμο. Τέκτον.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Ναι. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Ναι.
Πρόσεχε. Πρόστα. Θηρευτής.
Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Τέκτον.
Ετοίμος. Βούλομαι.
Τέκτον.
Πρόστα. Τέκτον.
Λέγε. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Βούλομαι.
Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Λέγε πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Λέγε.
You need to be really careful with these.
Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμο. Γεω. Τέκτον. Τέκτον.
Έτοιμη. Ναι. Θηρευτής.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα.
Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα.
Oh, I'll take that. And I'll just leave. Oh, okay. GG. Yeah, I wanted to hit this, but I'll take 2 villas and run. That's always value. Yeah, I dropped the second armory so I can make sure that I'm not gonna get hit with a like full bronze timing. Basically, I felt like I was so far in front. The only way I lose is to a timing. So, get it all in there. How many village kills? 10 villages to 2. The Yati spearmen are better than the normal spearmen. They cost a little more, right? 55 to 25. They're a little slower. Of course, they can get boosted up by the Kitsune, but they're a little slower. Kitsune is costing 100 resources to have out, right? 105. We could do a quick comparison and see how broken they are. That's fair. Let's have a look. They have 6 DPS, 175 hack, 117. Let me get a quick little screenshot of this. So I can see it. Easy. And then we go over to this guy. Let's go on to this one so it's not something stupid. How do I make this small? And I hit this button. Magic! Okay. So we've got... They cost 5 food more. They train 2 seconds faster. They have the same DPS, but they've got a crazy amount more bonus damage. And they have... I mean, that's a lot of extra stats for 5 resources. Let's just put it that way. Let's put it that way. These guys have got a lot of extra stats for 5 resources. Oh, dear. You know what? You know who I blame for this? I blame Nyan Racing Cat. It's his fault. Without question. I guarantee you it's Nyan Racing Cat's fault. I guarantee you if you went through the balanced Discord and searched for Nyan, he would have said somewhere along the lines that Yati's spearmen are weak. And he doesn't want to build them. So the devs saw that and said, all right, we'll buff him. That's totally his fault. So for 2 speed, or 0.2 speed and 5 food, you get... What's the percent difference here? Let's have a look. This is just base as well, not to mention the fact you can upgrade these guys like 3 times over. We've got 175 to 142. So he gets an extra 20% HP on hack. And Pierce is pretty close. What is it? 117 to 94. So 20% hack. He gets... Oh no, it's the same on Pierce as well. So they're the same. So it's just 20% extra HP for 5 resources and 2 less. That might actually be close to accurate. But then the DPS being the same throws the whole equation out. You could arguably have this guy being like 4 DPS and having a multiplier of, what would that go up to? 6 times 3 is 18. So you could go like, I don't know, 5 times 3.5 or something. I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, that unit's really good. Oh. I don't know if you ever build Spearman though. I have to ask. I don't know if you build Spearman. I guess you would build. Oh. I guess you would build. I guess you would build them versus like Tiger Cav and stuff in the late game, right? How long did it take until I was proud / happy with how? Have you ever seen that? Hang on, we could do a little bit of an aside here. Have you ever seen like what's that? What's that image? I need that image. Image of skill. What's it called? Dunning-Kruger effect, isn't it? Yeah. This one here. Miel, thank you, my friend. All right, this is... Okay, right here. To get to this point, peak of Mount Stupid, right? To get to here, I reckon it took me about 2 years. I reckon I got here, like after 2 years of solid practice, I got here. Right? This doesn't exist with music. This here doesn't exist at all. There's nobody I know, and there's some people I really respect are over here. Everyone is in here. Everyone is in here. Every single one of them. Because the better you get, right? This is the shit part about it. The better you get at music, the more you get to hear, the more you understand, the more you think you're shit. That's the story. That's my journey. It might just be that I'm not very good, and I know that I'm not very good, but I'm good enough at I'm good enough to that other people who don't know anything think that I'm okay. You missed everything I said. Well, you're gonna have to go to the VOD and watch it back, and then we can catch up. Just go back a minute in the VOD, my friend. Very easy to go and figure that out. Unreal Undead. There was some talk at some point of making the Egyptian units more counter-based, but it's just too hard for the casual, not even the casual player, like the mid-level player to use that army, to like have success with that army. So I think the devs felt that in order to make it a little bit easier to play in the mid to low levels, they would make the Spearman more of a generalist type unit. Dude, we have to play Borg again. I got Susanoo again. I played this god enough, man.
準備完了。
何行くねカーリー準備的任せてはい
指示は
Watch out for the Heimdall
建
rush.
築担
Okay.
当
We'll watch out for it. I guarantee you it's going to be like a Hersa into town center type vibe. I think it's really strong. With Heimdall as well, right? You go Heimdall, you undermine the dojo.
指示や建築木こり
And then you just harass for a little bit, and you build the town center with your berserk while that's all going on. So you make like 3 Hersa only, then take everyone off of food, put them on gold and wood. Get the town center up as fast as you humanly can. Make my life very, very upsetting. Is Susanoo still the best god in the game? Yeah. Without question, this is the best god in the game.
何
This shrine, however, is not very good. And I also chopped the tree down that I'm getting from for my shrine. I should have put it over here. I was wanting to block my gold mine in.
準備採掘はい建築担当
指示レオカーリー準備できたよ
I mean, at least this map I've got like some safe hunt, so we're all good here. Let's have a look in his main base, see if he's going for the forward temple or not.
Nani? 建築担当木こり
His berserk's back here. It makes me feel like he is not going for a forward temple, unless he's going for 2 berserks, and he's being very, very tricky.
なんだ採掘
I need a second Miko just to defend the early
指示
game,
をカリ
and I can put it on the front here as well. It's not a bad place to go.
行くぞカリ
指示ある何
Fuck, that was bad.
任せて
I shouldn't have shot the
はい
guy forward
了
there.
解行くね準備任せカーリー何はい何なんだレオ採掘
なんだ任せろ採掘
Alright.
指示ある準備できたよ木こり何行くね建築担当木こり
If this is Age Mythology retold, yeah. How much do you get? 0.06 for being on a gold mine. That's not so bad.
Nani? 建築担当木こりふふ私が糸をたどってあら命令しとくその通りなんだ何はい建築担当建築担当
Super late advance, hello? I wonder why. It's gone. Okay. Hello.
準備完了。
指示ある任せ建築担当
なんで向かおう。
準備行くね家畜何了解建築担当建築担当
はい、了解しました。了解。
私がやるわ指示家畜はい家畜
ご指示を出発する。
なんだ了採掘
了解採掘。任務遂行。はい、向かおう。なんだはい、採掘。任務出発する。指示を。なんです。準備完了。
何もうその通り
準備完了。了解。向かおう。
指示行くね任せて
That was bad.
なんだ準備できたよ建築担当
指示は了解。何任せろ。建築担当。
あらふふうわ
了解。はい、行くぞ。はい。建築担当。準備採掘。はい。
何カーリー準備できる指示あるキコカーリ
出発する。
なんだ建
ご
築担
指示を。
当準備で任せてはい行くね資料建築担当、
はい、任務遂行。
何任せカーリー
向かおう。了解しました。向かおう。
何カーリー準備的カーリーシリクネ採掘なんだ建築担当
はい、任務遂行。はい。指示を。了解。ご指示準備を。向かおう。任務了解。はい、了解しました。出発する。了解しました。はい、任務了解。出発する。突撃。
雲になと糸がその通り
指示を建築採掘でしょう。はい、はい、了解。準備完了。任務に従います。何です。準備完了。了解。わかり。
Shit.
指示了解。採掘。戦闘開始。
はいカーリーなんだレオ採掘
指示を。何です。任務了解しました。行くぞ。カーリー。
な任せ採掘
任務に従います。はい、出発する。
準備ではい
ご指示。はい。なんだ。
指示ある。行くね。採掘。
なんで準備完了。了解しました。
準備的建築担当。
任務遂行。ご出了解。任務はい。出了解。
何かぐら。何了解。はい。何建築担当。指示ある。準備何任せて。カーリー。建築カーリー。
に了解しました。何向か了了出はい了解。
なんだ了解。行くね。はい。
はい。木こり。向かおう。なんはい出発する。準備行くぞ。カーリー。
準備できたよ。指示了解。何行くね。任せて。
なんだ
何行く了はい。行く任せて。行くね。カーリー。
準備完了。出発しはい任務遂行。
準備的はいしまか採掘
指示は建築こりふふ
何がし
指示を
Probably should have checked this town center before going next stage. Okay, we're good.
はい了解なんで準備了解しました準備完了
ねカーリ
建築任務準備はいなんですご指示を
雲に何を
準
望むの
備了解建築担当なんでしょうなんです準備完了なんだ任せろ家畜建築担当指示はなんだ建築担当準備か任せろ行くぞはい建築担当はいなんでしょう任務に従います任せろ行くぞ最終なんだ了解出任了解指示は建築担当
何了解
準備完了建築担当向かおう建築担当建築担当
何任せて準備的はい準備くはいかぐら
指示は任せ
This is going somewhat well, but I do have to be aware that he's got
採掘建築担
指示をはい
flaming weapons coming my way, and I have no heroes
な
out.
んです出発準備了解建築担当なんだ
指示を申せ
準備完了はい最終任務了解任務なんだ行くぞ任せ了解家畜
任せて了解
用意よかろうあそこへ行こうわしがやろう
承知。
音声戦天春一撃押し出せ
建築担当。
ゴム切ります。
Dude, this god is insane. What the hell? I feel bad.
なんです
This god is actually just insane.
指示は了解任せろ建築担当
行く。はい。任せて。はい。
Jesus. I had that many, like, the thing that was crazy about this is I had that many myth units out, and I still got to use another Swampland and another Kusanagi. That's the crazy part. But then again, what Soup says is, you know, this god is good if you get to play the god. But I feel like you get to play the god if you know how to get through the early game. Remember when everyone said Susanoo was the bad one? I guess so. But how do you stop the Susanoo player from playing the first 5 minutes? What's the secret there? That's what he tried to, like, he played Thor against me in the other game. I had Susanoo there and he didn't do any damage. In fact, he lost stuff and I was getting value the entire time. Play Set or play Heimdall? Yeah, so the strat would be a fast advance with spy on one of these villages so you can see the entire of the base. You undermine the dojo at like 20 seconds build time or something, right? To kill it off. And you're just whacking away. But you're not going to kill anything because I just make Miko and heal it all off. In fact, I'll turn and shank you while I'm healing off the damage. Well, yeah, I caught him on this food. I think if, of course, like if he'd walled this off here, then I'm not going to get that damage with the Raiju. The weakness to Raiju is like pure walls and even maybe upgrading the walls. That's like, once that happens, then it becomes incredibly risky to actually dive into their base because then they'll just lock you in there and then you can't get out and you lose your Raiju for basically free. It's like the secret to killing this unit. Like as soon as anyone sees this sees this god, Raijin, they should literally they should be full walled up in the next like minute. Like every single civ should be full walled up. And as soon as you are, then they have to break the wall down, then they have to run in, and then they risk getting locked in there. Yeah, I've had success rushing as well, but I also think that like it's just a matter of time for the Susanoo to like work out how to defend all that stuff. It's like a Chronos rush, right? Like this thing is something that people just have to learn how to defend against. Is there a game that we can watch here as we're continuing along? Who's playing? Sway Ben, Machine Gun, Godfather, Zodiac. Let's see if there's a nice game to cast. Pegasus versus Deceive. That could be nice. Pegasus playing the OP Poseidon though. A little bit too strong for my liking, that Poseidon god. Especially versus Tsukiyomi. Let's have a look and see if we can get a 2000 plus ELO versus 2000 plus ELO matchup. There's one, but it's on Snake Dance. I could watch that. It could be fun. Matador versus Fire. I've seen enough Hades for my entire life here. Why does everybody love playing Hades so much? And by everyone, I mean Firefox. Hey, Mecha P. I am sorry, I don't know how to say that name. It's Mecha Pede or Mecha Pede or Mecha Pede or Mecha Pede. That's hard. There's too many things. I am excited for the Aztecs. I think it should be an interesting one. I mean, we've already had Japan, which is incredibly interesting. So we'll see what happens after that. But I should cast the Pegasus guy. You think so? You think it was a good game? Think it's worth casting? Shit, it's hot in here. I'm gonna go and... It wasn't a good game? Okay. I'm gonna go turn the aircon on. I'm gonna actually, before I do, I'm gonna find... Oh, his machine gun! His machine gunner... Jeepers, he's up there. Who's Machine Gun? Who is this guy? I just beat a 2000 rated player. Look at me go. He said he's a vanilla player, yeah. That's exciting. Maybe we should cast some of his games. Let's have a look. Let's find him. I must say, I played that game really, really well. I'll give myself a pat on the back. All right, let's watch this game. I want to watch this one. Let's just see. Let's just see how good this top two god is. I need to know for my own self. And then we'll find a real game to cast. He's an old player. Oh, did he? I missed that. That's fine. What kind of music do I like? I like all different types of music. I like jazz. I like J-pop. What else do I actually enjoy? I mean, basically, I don't think there's a genre. And when I say I like jazz, I don't really like jazz. I like very specific types of jazz. When I say I like J-pop, I don't like all J-pop. I like very specific types of J-pop. It's like my opinion of what is good. You know? I can't even quantify it. I wouldn't even be able to explain it. Very tough. I'm going to skip through this early game. This is looking like a Chronos Rush to me. Temple. Okay. Chronos Rush incoming. Temple gets deconstructed. Minotaur defends everything. Chronos Rush denied. Oh. The game's over. Oh. Top two Chronos. At the top of the ladder. That's what I expected to see. I'm sorry. That was mean. That was mean. That was very mean. Oh, it happened a few times though. So let's find one. All the recorded games are gone. I can't even download them. I'm quite the meanie, I know. I know. I'm so sorry. I want to watch him. He's not had a good day today. There's been a lot of losses today. This has been a very, very unforgiving day for Mr. Machine Gun. He's had a tough time. He was on a gigantic winning streak. And it's all gone downhill since then. Ah, well. I can't watch any of those games. I was going to find a game to watch. Wonder if there's a decent El Matadore game. Maybe we could rewatch that game on Okuchichibu. Amazing map. Isis versus Gaia. We should relive that. That would be really, really fun. Oh, here we go. Yeah. That's the game. I found it. I found the game. I was just memeing about Matador, but I've already found it, and he's gonna roll his eyes as soon as he sees who I'm pulling up. He will roll his eyes. Bebop freeze. I don't like free jazz. I don't think I've seen a single. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen one good free jazz concert in my life. I'm gonna quickly go and turn the aircon on. We're gonna cast this game. And then we're going to be good to go, all right? Sorry for messing around for so long, but let's watch. Alrighty, let's go. Now we're up to a minute and 25 seconds. That's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, assorted members of the jury, another game, another you, another me, and in the left-hand corner of the map, playing as the blue set. Well, his name is Matador. His opponent today in the red color, the master of all things aggression, playing the #1 god in the game at the moment. No shame. This is the S tier god, no matter what anyone says. Uranos is maybe one of the more tricky gods to play, but definitely incredibly powerful here. And I'm never going to stop saying it. S tier Uranos in the bottom side of the map. It's Mini Eddie. Let's go. We're on the map. Elysium. Let's have a little look-see at the relics and see if they're going to impact this matchup at all, and then we'll take you through the little tricky parts of it all. We got the nose of the Sphinx over here. This is actually a really, really important relic for defending any sort of like big siege pushes that might come at you from the set. This is a really nice relic to sort of shut down that possibility. If I see my opponent grabbing that relic, I'm much more it's much less likely for them to be thinking, okay, let's go for a siege push of some variety in the mid game. Over here, we've got the text of Imhotep, another really nice relic to increase the build time. Allows you to go for some town centers nice and quick. This is one that I would probably consider picking up as the set player nice and early. Though we do note that generally speaking, the set player is going to be grabbing their hunt, so they don't get their relics very often. I think this is a little bit of a mistake on the side of set players. If there's a good relic, you should pick it up. Stop converting the animals. You can go back to it later. Over here, we've got Zhurang. Not that impactful on this map. It's much better on those closed sort of maps. You're going to be seeing walls here anyways. So for the late game, when Matador's going to want to have the entirety of the map walled up, he will be wanting this relic. Over onto this bottom side, there is the Charon's Opal, which doesn't really have much impact on this one. If you lose villages, even with this relic, it's still not a good thing. The only time it's... Well, to break it down a little bit, if you're playing 2 town center versus 1 town center and you have that relic, it makes it a lot easier to survive raids. Because you're going to continue to get that villager lead back, and the extra resources you get in from losing the villager can make it a little bit nicer. But you've still got all the pain of the fact that you haven't found your edge there or whatever. Anyways, classical ages coming through. We see the Oceanus for Mini Eddie. No real surprises there. There is a strategy that I haven't seen many Oranos players trying yet in this matchup, which I think is really, really strong against Egyptian in general, and it's good against other gods as well, but it's very good against Egyptian on a nice open map here, especially if the Egyptian player has a tendency to go for a second town center. Even if they don't, it's fine to play at 1 town center versus 1 town center as well. That we're going to be seeing the Oceanus here. So obviously Prometheus would be the other angle. I don't particularly, there's a lot of ins and outs to the strategy, but it's basically, you see how late the set player advances, you see how long it takes them to start getting their buildings up. You would be advanced and you would have paid this off already. It would be heroizing your citizens early on and getting yourself your upgrade from Prometheus, and you can play it there. I say there's a lot of, I feel like you need a lot of knowledge inside of that strategy to make it work though, because there's a lot of ways you can go wrong in terms of strategic decision making. So you have to really know every little in and out of it. I think you probably need to spend like a good 50 hours actually inside of that strategy to unlock it. And once you do, you realize it's really, really good. But nonetheless, we're going to be seeing more the Oceanus thing, which is also really strong. So it's like, take one strategy for a different one, no problems. Alrighty, so we'll see how things are going to go as Scalloped Axe, Axeman, and all that other good stuff. I imagine we're going to be seeing Mini Eddie trying to get to the heroic age here, but he's going for a down center. Okay, that is unexpected. This is really, really strange for Mini Eddie. Now, I will note that I heard on the grapevine that Mini Eddie has stopped his crazy aggression ways and is trying to play macro games. That's what I've heard. Now, this is obviously a really, really late second town center. He's built 2 Murmillo and he's looking for a tiny bit of raids and pressure. The idea here is that it makes the set player feel like they are... How do I put this? It makes the set player feel like the Oranos player is playing into them. Right? So an Oranos player going Oceanus spamming Murmillos, you go, great, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of Axemen and we're going to be in a good spot. But Mini Eddie here, he will be losing a Murmillo for it, has effectively tricked Matador. If we take a look at what Matador's got, he hasn't seen anything. He's actually pumping more units when realistically he needs to be thinking about either taking a second town center or moving forward and setting up obelisks all over the map to start preventing sky passages from going up. That's the next move here. But Mini Eddie, very smart, already up onto the second gold mine, and the army effectively for Matador needs to get over here immediately. So he's picked off what looks to be 2 Murmillos for this, but this is perfectly fine for Mini Eddie. Now, I guess the other thing here for Matador to be worried about in going for his classical army is there's a big, big weakness here to Satyr. Satyr are incredibly strong, and if we're over on this spot, well, it looks like this has been spotted by Matador. Nope, Matador hasn't spotted it just yet. He will see the town center up, and now he is alerted, and he has to decide what he's going to do. I do think the best play here for Matador is to get a whole bunch of priests out, get across the map, and just put those obelisks everywhere. Gets a snipe there as the citizens pull back. Not ideal for Mini Eddie. Really shouldn't be losing any villages to these raids. Should be like 3 sky passages up already. 1 on your main base, 1 over here, and obviously 1 on this position as well. And then you just never lose anything as the citizens pop out. Gonna go for some shanks. Lose a second citizen, trying to be a little bit cute there. Great play from Matador as he's keeping things nice and close. Shockwave gets dropped down as he really wants to pick up a unit or 2 just because these guys are gonna all get healed up. You got to be careful not to move too far out of the base with those Murmillos because the army can just turn around and take the fight. But nonetheless, Matador, he's back. And we'll see how things are going to go. But yeah, he needs, basically right now, Matador needs like 3 or 4 priests, and he just got to put the obelisk everywhere. And he's almost forced into this one town center all-in angle. Wadgets, spearmen, axemen, slinger. Probably already got enough slingers in for the moment, to be honest. Just needs to chill on those and go for a full infantry army with some priests. And you can see over here already, the sky passages, they're starting to creep up all over the place. One really sneaky idea from Uranus would be to actually move a villager down here and start chopping this olive tree. Not to put a sky passage up like immediately, but just to wait. If this gets pushed off, now we sky passage over here and we come to this gold mine. Super annoying, super tough to deal with. Citizen over here gets taken out as the army of Matador still finding a lot of value. Another citizen going down over there. I think that might have been from the poison from the Wadget. But Town Center nonetheless going to get little bits of damage as Mini-Eddie has got really no choice here except for going to the next age. He does have his sky passage over onto this side, but Matador will be spotting that this gold mine is getting taken. Now, he has to actually look over there because he hasn't been alerted of any red units just yet. In fact, yeah, even now, but that's getting taken very, very quickly, which does leave that whole home gold mine with only 700 gold, still leaves it there for a rainy day. As the villagers popping in, and Mini Yeti's heroic age dreams have been cut short here. He's going, looks like everyone on gold for some reason. Watchtowers coming through, more Murmillos. He's got those oracles over here. They can pop through the sky passage as well. Jump over onto this position, wander over here and things like that as an idea, as the army of Matador is looking very, very out of position. A lot of Murmillos to come in right now. This here for Matador, this is not a great place to be in. Watchtowers plus Town Center plus all these other guys as the Shifting Sands comes in just as Mini-Yeti goes, wow, you're fighting this? He drops the Carnivora there as a little bit early, but not terrible. But still, Shifting Sands is now down. I mean, you know that Mini-Yeti wants heroic age, but he was forced out. These units have been forced out, which does change things a little bit as the walls are going to come through. The citizens make their way over to this side. Matador needs to be staring at his mini-map, and it looks like he is staring at it as the flag pops up over here. Now, the good thing for Mini-Yeti is he can just simply drop a sky passage and be out of here, but that's still going to be 4 citizen worth of idle time. Unless he wants to pop through his sky passage and actually take a fight here. Because this is also a thing that like a couple of spearmen is not going to be enough here. As the citizens pop through. Mini-Yeti pops out. Caraballister can go one side to the other side. And this is a very, very tough position to deal with. Over onto this side as well. A couple of spearmen coming there. As the villagers can easily just, or the army can easily just defend both sides. In fact, you could pop these citizens from this side over to this side and be eating these berries for the time being as the units are very, very much out of position. Well, not out of position, but they're just so far away from the action. As after all is said and done, Mini-Yeti does manage to survive, does get himself to the heroic age. A mana coming down now for Mini-Yeti as electron bullets to come through and more units on the way for Matador. It's now only occurred to me 12 minutes into this game that we have another player with an M at the start. One thing to note about Age of Mythology players is if your name starts with an M, it automatically means you gain about 200 real rating points. That's it. That's the truth of it. So don't forget it. Don't forget it. Okay, wooden wall getting taken down, and this is with Zhurang as well. I think yeah, he does. Look at. I mean, it might not seem like a lot of HP here because you can't really tell it's going down. But this wall is sitting alive for a very, very long time now for Mini-Yeti. Yeah, everyone's going to be changing their names now that I've said that. I like it. It's a good idea. Boit. That's what we're going with. We're Boit from now on. Nonetheless, the army here of Minieti cannot stay and fight for the time being. Needs to pull back into the main base. Still has got that gold remaining. Stone walls up. These units over here getting cleaned up as well, as the spearmen have to sacrifice themselves to kill off a couple of citizens, getting 2 of those low HP ones. One of them, this one as well. Does it go down? It does go down. So not a terrible trade there for Matador, but he does sack all of those spearmen, which is also good for Minieti as well, as now he gets himself up his palace, and he is good to move ahead in this game, completely safe. And Matador really does need to start thinking about second town center angles, as you're going to drop it, or a Mythic Age that comes in a flash. He needs to be there like yesterday, basically. As soon as he clicks the next stage, put a Migdol down and be at 2,400 resources incredibly quickly, basically praying that your tornado is going to get you your value to actually play the game. As the Caraballas are coming, what is this Oracle doing? It's got a mind of its own. Nonetheless, now Matador has got himself set up on all the gold mines with these obelisks. He knows where potential sky passages are going to go. But Minieti doesn't need any sky passages now. He's got the civilian unit advantage. All he needs is time. And he's going to be setting up a palace here, which is nice as well. All he really needs is time here. He sits back, play defense. This citizen going down, not ideal. But the Satyr is in. The Caraballas are in. That's still a huge loss there. Huge loss there for Matador to actually pick off one citizen when he's behind in the villages. He still's got a massive military lead. But you're not going to be able to make anything happen if there's a fortress here, or if there's a palace here, right? You don't have any siege. Of course, you got the Scarab coming at some point. But, yeah, this palace is now up. Can't really grab the gold mine for a little bit. Maybe another palace is needed. But all I would say Minieti needs here is time. So, more buildings, more defense. Sit back. Play a game of let's wait. You can also go into those Contarius and try and make that work. But of course, the villager differential is now somewhat equal, but it's so much in favor of Minieti that even though the villages are increasing by the same, there's still going to be an income advantage, at least for the next couple of minutes. But that income advantage will be removed in a few more minutes after that, as Matador will get close to 100 villages himself. In fact, Matador here, given the way Minieti is playing, one angle for Matador could be to just grab this town center and this town center. We don't see that very often, but a 4 town center position here when you're in front by this many military units can be an angle. Can be an angle. Of course, you then have to sacrifice a little bit of the map, and you're playing for more of a late game, but it can work. Nonetheless, over onto this side, Minieti trying to grab as much of his hunt as he possibly can, as a sky passage on the front to come through. And you got to be so careful as well of getting close to a sky passage, because the Satyr popping in and out to just kill off all these units in one shot is going to be brutal. Citizen going down over here as Minieti does take a little bit of damage, but Matador, he should not be hanging out here. He tries to, I like this. Put pressure on this side while attacking over here is very smart. But for the time being, not going to be able to do a whole lot more as the army charges forward with the chaos getting dropped in here. As the destroyers chasing after this, but not exactly the damage, I think, that Minieti was hoping for. But he gets himself enough time now to at least start this next palace, which secures this gold mine. He's still got plenty of gold over here, so it wasn't that much of a rush to get this up, but nonetheless, getting it up will be huge. As the main base now under a little bit of attack. Villagers coming over here to repair the economic guild. Very smart, because the watchtower, I feel like it's missing some arrows here. The watchtower will be able to take out these spearmen. So he's basically paying for the repair and the idle time in the amount of damage he's doing with that tower. So smart play there from Minieti. As Matador now going to slowly start taking himself more of the map. Military differential is getting close to equal. Villager differential is getting out of control. And, well, yeah, basically at this point, Minieti is just going to have to play for map control and play for a big advantage in gold mines. I think that's where he's going to find his big advantage here. So he's got to come over here and take this position, and maybe claim this position back off of Matador. If he can do that, then there's going to be no way for Matador to play this game out. So there's no like timer or anything. I mean, there is, but there's no like crazy timer here that you have to wait for. You just take the map and then claim the next position. You got a lot of time to make all that happen because the gold mines have to expire, right? Nonetheless, these Satyr moving forward, just getting just a gigantic amount of value here. In fact, let's have a quick look. 3,300 HP already and more to come. Such a difficult unit to deal with because what you actually need is the priests in front of your army, which is super, super difficult to do. And normally the answer for Satyr for Egyptians is it's not actually priests. It's Betsukos or something similar to Betsukos. I don't think there's anything else like them for the Egyptians, like Wadgets, I guess. But yeah, that's normally the answer for Satyr. Priests, they can work, but it's hard. One angle would be to go in with a siege tower, garrison the priests inside of the siege tower, and then leave the siege tower in front of your army. That way, he can't snipe your priest with Arcus or anything like that. And when he runs forward with the Satyr, you ungarrison the priest, and then you can shoot back. Basically, in other words, garrison micro on your priests is the best way to deal with these Satyr. You can do the same sort of thing with the Son of Osiris, I guess, as well. But don't have access to that either. I mean, Meteor or Tornado as well could be a nice little way to get through this as well. As Matador is completely shut off from making his way past this army. So that's Satyr. I mean, it just... And also, you got the... Oh, God. You got the Caladria there as well to heal all this up. Oh, this is so, so strong for Mini Yeti here. So, so strong. And he's got the palace behind this as well. Still struggling to get himself up to like resources or up to population. But he's at 100 villages. Matador has caught up on the villager count though. So, kind of. He's a little bit behind, but he's almost caught up. Which does beg the question, does it, even if these Satyr are just getting all of the damage done, all of the value, what is Mini Yeti doing behind this? He's going to be grabbing himself fortified town centers, Crenellation coming through. Still doesn't grab this position. Over here, he's got that Contarius trying to lock this position off. I said this gold mine was super important for Mini Yeti to go for. Probably more important than the town center, more important than fortified town centers as well. Actually, that's not Mini Yeti. That's Matador getting the fortified town centers. Unless the army gonna slowly move back forward here. And Mini Yeti dropping another curse or chaos onto this one as the slingers get a huge amount of damage done onto themselves. The priest can heal them up, so it's not the biggest of deals. In fact, one little trick here on the Egyptian army is to turn the auto heal on. Basically, if the units are ever not to focus fired, they'll go onto healing instead of targeting another unit, which can be very, very helpful. The question is, why pure slingers? The reason is actually that he's got slings of the sun and electron bullets. So it doesn't really help him against the Contarius, which are really, really good versus the slinger, but it does help him versus the destroyer, as he's doing or doing 0.5 times 1.75 damage, so nearly a damage, a divine damage a second, which is a lot onto a destroyer, plus all the pierce damage which gets blocked though, 76%. But it's still a pretty decent amount there. But I think you're right. Probably more spearmen or like maybe elephants or something here would be really, really nice for Matador. But I guess he just can't really afford it, which is the big issue. So really good control from Matador with that spread formation. Now the Satyr getting pushed back here by the priests, and a great retreat that we didn't actually take out those priests there. He's going up for Helios as well. As you can see that heavy Arcus or heavy archers are coming through at the moment. So Mini does want to make a move into Arcus at some point in this game. He's made the intentions to us clear. Obviously, Matador in the game won't know that. But there is an intention to go into Arcus here. Probably not to deal with the Slinger. But Mini wants these Slingers to be moved away from, as the Destroyer is coming back over here. Mini does know how important this gold mine is. It's already half been mined out. This top one becoming more and more important for Mini in this game, as Helios is now on the way. Matador's economy, while seemingly struggling with not very many resources in the bank, it's doing completely fine here. It's just he's losing so many units, and one day we'll get the Caladria having or the healers in the game having a little bit of how much they healed value, but I would guarantee you that these Caladria have paid for themselves several times over in this game, as the Destroyer is coming through. Is it enough? Looks like it's not going to quite be enough as some Camel Riders get in, help defend on that one. And Mini will pull back. Even walls up. This is so good from Mini as well. You don't see this from Aranos players or Atlantean players very often, but this is one of the most powerful things you can do with Atlantean, especially Aranos. But once you get the map control, take it, or once you can line it up, and then you can put Sky Passages on your front, and you can start zapping around there as you wish. Another really interesting play here for Mini once he hits Helios is going to be to Vortex Chaos the army. So you're right on top of that army when it's completely idled or incapacitated, or however you want to say it. It's the Destroyer over here just getting chased down. Matador has secured himself his top position. We'll have to get himself probably fortified walls or something as well. This game definitely going to be heading to somewhat of a late-ish game, as the Vortex into the main base here. How many Destroyers does he have? He's got 12 Destroyers and a Centamanus, as he splits off with those Contarius going after the villagers. Taking out the Citadel Center is huge. It's 150 favor for another one, as the Centamanus tries to knock those villagers away. But the Citadel goes down. The army comes back in. Mini does need to split from here. It takes a while for the Vortex to come off cooldown. It's a minute of cooldown. Losing all of these Destroyers is not going to be ideal, but picking off the houses is a great plan for Mini as full chaos for Matador at the moment. Over onto this side, Contarius searching for villagers to pick off, but the Camel Riders are in hot pursuit. Over onto this side now as well. Move the front of war. Instead of hitting the back line now, we go into the front line, still trying to push off gold, claim the corner, and all that other good stuff. As these Destroyers are going to be able to deny the town center yet again. Or champion Destroyers in the main base is a real big pain. But yeah, just in picking off that Sky Passes on the front, just in picking off that town center, huge stuff now coming in. Effectively, it just means Matador just lost 10 population there. He's going to get his town center back without question. But I mean, where to from then is the real big question. Is Chaos getting dropped down onto some of these units? The Caladria finally on the front there, going down as the Satyr turn back in to take more fights. And yet he's still struggling to actually get himself out of full population army. Petrification coming in. We don't actually see this one very often. But effectively, if this guy is idle, he gets a whole bunch of extra hack vulnerability for being idle. Which is interesting, as the Vortex back into the main base, going to be denying this town center yet again, picking off more villages, causing more problems. But this time, the Satyr is sitting over here. One thing that I didn't touch on for a really strong way, or a really strong reason for why Helios, I didn't really think about this ages ago, but one strong idea for why you can pick Helios with Uranus, and it's really strong, is that you can drop units you don't want to Vortex, specifically units that aren't normally garrisonable, like the Satyr, like your myth units. You can put them into a Sky Passage. And that means you can then Vortex without them being taken to the front. So if you don't want your Satyr on the front line, or you don't want half your army on the front line, just put them into a into a sky passage, then vortex, pop them back out, and you can fight on 2 fronts very, very quickly. Sky passage, shockwave onto those back units there. These Satyr might have run out of steam here before they die. 16,000, probably up to like 18,000 damage there, as they will finally go down. I mean, he could have tried to run with them. He did have an escape route. Like, he didn't have to lose them all, but maybe he just doesn't want them anymore. As full iron on the way for Mini Yeti. He's got 170 favor in the bank. Is there ever a world here where you go for a bunch of center manas? Is there ever a world? As now the Mythic Age comes through, and this is where Set becomes really strong versus Atlantean. Horus. Fully upgraded Horus with Horus Spearman and everything that comes with that. But goldmine situation about to run out for Matador. He does have his trade route started, but there's only 3 camel caravans. So Matador cannot afford to lose units moving forward in this game. Cannot afford to lose units in this game. He's actually still going for camels as well as champion camel riders comes through. I get that he has a whole bunch of them out at the moment, but still, Tornado gets dropped down and a vortex away from this. I love that play up onto the top position here. Now going to go after the town center, dodges the Tornado off to the next spot, kill off another town center, and really just showing it all. As now advanced fortifications to come through. This gold mine getting grabbed. You have 3,000 gold left. That could be an angle for Matador to play for. If he gets that gold mine, then he gets a little bit of time to get himself into a fully upgraded army. Could be able to play from that, but losing another town center onto this back position, losing villages. He's down to 73 villages. He's losing even more on this gold mine. As Mini Yeti's chaos getting caused is just overwhelming at the moment. There are dreams of going for a Titan as well for Mini Yeti, but realistically, I don't think he needs to do that. He just needs to continue flowing units in, take more of this map, push into this spot, lock off the trade route, and then he's in a good spot. But Matador will be able to come back over here. We'll be able to delete all this army. He's still got 4.k military resource value, so even though he's got no gold income, it's not the end of the world. But a sky passage onto this position, now knocking down the double walls here with all those destroys. And he has reinforcements to come through if he wants. He can grab the villages here, charge in through this spot, drop a palace down, and cut off that trade route nearly immediately. This now Mini Yeti is going to start going for some of those Arcus. He does have himself his Arcus upgrade there as well, which will put them up to 21 range. There's the destroyers to kill off all those markers. Does he have one left? He does have one left, but it's in his main base. Could send his trade route up to this position at the moment, but now another vortex into the main base, even not with full military. Just wants to deny the town centers non-stop here. Only one town center up means only one source of gold, or one trade route possible, which is sort of this back corner up to here. As the villagers might try and make their way over here, but there's a double wall up already. He has to go all the way around and then up and past the palace and probably lose all the villages anyways. As more houses are going to go down. Matador trying to stabilize at the moment, but really, really struggling to make it happen. So the slingers coming through. Citizens will all come up onto this spot, finish off this gold mine, and all the gold will be gone except for 730 that's in the main base. A couple of war elephants trying to at least force Mini Yeti back, but the advantage for Mini Yeti is just getting out of control. I mean, if we look at the armory difference, it's only iron, but it's also champion upgrades as well. And now we also see the center manas coming in. The Warden of Tartarus And also, Six of the Titans, it's a huge tank or a building killer. They just clean up everything else. And Matador, we don't get to see it, but Matador will tap out at that moment there as Mini Yeti on the Uranus, showing how it's done in a really, really just technical way. I love this plan for Mini Yeti. I mean, of course, there are ways around it from the set side of things. Things like dropping your vision at the right point to see what your opponent's up to. I think the double Murmillo, I could be wrong on this, but I think the double Murmillo going into the set player's base, into Matador's base, really threw Matador for a bit of a curly. If Mini Yeti had gone for like a naked second town center without any Murmillo, then all of a sudden at like 7 minutes into the game, the entirety of the map is lit up with obelisks and he's not able to get those sky passes around the map. He's not able to get the situation that he wanted. But because of that slight twist in it, he's able to go around the map, which means even though he's behind on villages, he's actually in front of villages because he doesn't have to sacrifice any trying to go for YOLO sky passages and things like that. But yeah, really well played from Mini Yeti. Solid game here. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game. That was fun. Thanks for following and subscribing, Soup. You're the best. Number one. I don't think you should have gone into those camels. I don't know why he did. Just stay on spamming. Nicky Bros, how can we cope? Do you want to watch an Egyptian? Man, just go watch more of Mr. playing Egyptian. And then you'll be okay. Oh, jeepers. Do we want to cast one more? So I've been seeing a lot of 2000 rated players losing with set. What about this game? This one looks kind of nasty. We want to watch a Soup game versus me, but I'm going to find one versus someone much better than me. Funnily enough, Matador has popped up a lot here, and there's a lot of losses. I was trying to find a Matador win, but I haven't been able to. Or at least a win that is like decent. There's that one. That could be interesting, actually. Let's watch this one. You guys want to watch an Egyptian game? Let's watch an Egyptian game. And maybe we'll watch a couple more. This could be fun. I got 2 games coming your way. How is it hard? Matador is number 1 on the ladder. Well, I'm only searching for games versus 2000 rated players. So there's really not that many of them. Why are there 25 people who have downloaded Mr. Machine Gun's Chronos? Hang on. We should also cast this one because I did something very naughty before. $2,000 is so much better than 1900. Yeah. The difference between a 2000 ranked player and a 1900 level player is the same difference between a 1900 level player and a 1600 level player. In terms of like time put into the game and things like that. That might be a little bit like, that might be a little bit much. I might be overstating the difference. But you know what I mean. Hey, which game do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the Tsukiyomi versus Odin game? Or do you want to see the Ra versus Hades game? Everyone, I was rank 1. Yeah, but you just abused everyone. You're just a big abuser. That's all you can do. You want to watch the Tsukiyomi game? Okay. We'll watch the #1 Tsukiyomi abuser in all of Europe / the world. Maybe Soup should come in here and cast with me himself. How awkward would that be? No? Not now! Alright, I'll do it by myself then. This is what I always do. I've been seeing a lot of comments floating around the interwebs saying, we love Soup and we want him to co-cast more. That's what I'm just saying. That's what I've been seeing. I'm not putting it out there. I didn't say it. So it's not from me. The people want to see more Soup co-casts. Alright. What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more bald-headed action as the top of the map is the former rank 1 Age of Mythology retold player. His name is Husk Soup. And he's going to be playing for us the best god in the game, Tsukiyomi. You'll note that I said the best god in the game was Uranus before, but there are allowed to be 2 best gods in the game. It's not an exclusive thing. And potentially there could be 3 best gods in the game as well when you add some other ones into the mix there as well. So just remember they're all really good. And his opponent today in the red color playing as Odin. I wish I could say the other best god in the game, and I can't bring myself to do it. This is one of the gods that I think people are having a lot of trouble with right now. But in terms of players who are incredibly good at the game and trying to push the meta a little bit forward, Matador is definitely one of them. So we'll see how things are going to go here. But yeah, this was on... this game was played a while ago. This was on Soup's like mad grind with only Tsukiyomi, and I think he went on something like a 30-game winning streak, which is absolutely insane. Nobody could take a game off him until our Japanese hero Adipus came through and showed him the business. But then again, Adipus will show anyone the business. He is that kind of gamer. Let's take a little look-see up with the relics over here. We got ourselves the Trojan Gate Hinge, which is going to be an extra 40% hit points for the walls there. Onto the bottom side, there is the Gungnir Odin's Spear, which will be a little bit of extra damage for those spearman type units. Does this give Prodromus or Hoplites? I've never understood why some relics, which affect spears, affect the Prodromus, and other relics affect the Hoplites. I thought we were all for continuity in this game. Things that make sense. And the devs went silent. All right, on to the bottom side of the map. I'm just kidding. I love the devs. Anvil of Hephaestus here with a reduction in gold cost there. Who's not going to care about this relic? Mr. One Husk Soup is not going to care about this relic. He has got 1 mind and 1 mind alone. That relic there is only worth like 100 resources to him because all he's going to be getting in this game is going to be copper, weapons, mail, and shields, and then he's going to call it a day. That's it. All right. We do see a temple coming up now for Matador. It is Alfheim. It's a great Heimdall map. This is an amazing Heimdall map, but Matador's not going for any early rush, early attacks, or anything like that. I think if I was playing this position here as Matador, I would be considering putting my temple over here, advancing at like 13 pop or 14 pop, building a whole bunch of Herser in, and then looking to grab this town center as fast as I possibly can, while undermining the dojo or the stable that gets placed down by the probably the dojo, to be honest. Oh, well, this is different. This changes everything now. Oh my! Now I'm looking at this going, holy kitsune. And there is a stable coming down. I like it because it's cool. I thought we were gonna put the new moon onto the armory, but no, it's gonna be some little cute nibblers as they're just gonna wander through. We gotta check this out from this angle, right? Yeah, this is perfect. This is what it looks like to be a nibbler. This is the nibbler perspective. It's you know, it's a little bit of fun for you, but realistically, the nibblers are going to come in and they're going to see a little wall here, and we see them running in here. Oh, this is kind of a cool little angle we get to note here as the wooden wall. Are you guys liking this? Should I turn this off? We're going to continue. Let's jump in. Okay. Now we're going to eat the run away. Now we're running away. All right. This is kind of very tough to watch. All right. That was enough of that, but I hope you guys enjoyed. As the kitsune will have been effectively denied for the moment as some walls to come up over here. Funnily enough, if you went for my crazy strat of going for an early attack against the Tsukiyomi, you would be in a lot of pain here. This is a nice little counter strat. Oh, but look at that beauty from Matador. He's only going to be able to pick off one kitsune for it, though, unfortunately. But he does pick off one, and he makes Soup freak out a little bit as the kitsune have to pull back into the main base. In the main base, however, it is a guardhouse, it is a stable, and that's it for Soup. As he's going to be making himself some bushi, some Naginata riders, and living the dream. There's this wall up, and the hearse are very much enough to push through here. Is a good little cheeky micro there from the Soupster, as he is not going to be losing anything just yet. And Matador does have to play a really big fat turtle game. Now the question is, was Matador incredibly intelligent and grabbed himself a safeguard? No. This technology is almost more important than Rickstuller. In this specific situation, more important than Rickstuller, definitely more important than Rickstuller. Because the aim here for Odin, I would say, is to put walls literally everywhere in this game on this map. We are looking to fight this Japanese player in the slightest. Get Rickstuller second. Get the second talent center up as fast as you possibly can. While putting and put the walls up first, right? You got to get them all up. Maybe even towers behind the walls. Very, very important. Nonetheless, behind this, now Soup says, time for some extra Miko. I do like this idea of once you've got map control and your opponent's stuck in their base. This is similar to playing as Atlantean, or I guess playing as Egyptian to some degree, because you're just going to put obelisks everywhere, right? Or playing as Loki, you put ox carts everywhere. If you ever get map control, take control of the map in one way, make use of it, basically. As the Miko can come over here, they can drop little bits of shrines all over the place. And the question is going to be, what sort of unit is Soup going to go for? Now, against this safeguard strat with all the walls, one big weakness to it is going to be a myth unit that it's got crush damage, of which Soup does have access to. Though I haven't seen him ever go for that god. So with Tsukiyomi. It's actually quite good because you get Inari Orkami with the, or you get from Inari Orkami you get yourself the gold income. Of course you can go for Tengu and just completely circumvent the walls as well. But let's not go there. Alrighty, we got ourselves the Hamask to come through as some more Berserks on the way. Mark coming down in the main base there for our Odin player. The new moon was not worth it so far. I think the big thing with using it on the temple is so long as your plan is to make myth units, it's always going to have been worth it. So at some point here, myth units will get made by Soup. He's got 5 Miko on the map. I kind of wish there was a way to cycle through these. I don't know how to cycle through your units that you've got selected. But there's one sitting up. So you've got 5. That's a crazy amount of favor income here. Like absolutely insane. For this point in the game. Because like 0.1, 0.08, 0.1 2. It's kind of like he's got nearly 5 monuments, right? In terms of favor income. Depending on how much favor each of these are getting, right? Let's do like one like this here. Let's go 1.12. Anyways, still trying to break through onto this side. There's no rush here for Soup. He can save up favor for another new moon if he wants to. He can go in for more myth units at any point. And we'll see. And now we see Safeguard, which will be boosting up the walls. One idea here as well, actually, inside of this Safeguard is because he's got this great gold mine, and he's got this town center here, but he could just go for a couple of village centers in his main base. Might sound wild and crazy, but a bunch of village centers into a whole bunch of farms, and you just sit there until it pays itself off. It could work. I don't know. Of course, you have to be completely walled off and things like that, but it could work. As long as the Oni mass don't come in and just walk through everything. But the boom, well and truly on the way. Second town center coming up now over here as Matador does not spot it. He may have spotted it. I don't know. A tower coming up over here, though. As the Berserks wandering back in to throw up another wall. Take a look at exactly how much gold this costs. 7 gold. It's so cheap. Cheap as chips. As Skadi is just about to come through, as it does now make its way on the into the next stage. And this is with Rick Stuller, so it's only going to be 62 seconds instead of 75 seconds. But then again, Soup's Tsukiyomi will hit the next stage with even less time. So I think it's 25% faster or something. There's a Great Hall going to come through. And unfortunately for Soup, all of his raiders have been nullified. And while he has managed to force Matador into a bit of an odd position, he's gone for a bit of a turtle on one town center. And also Heroic Age has come through without the town center coming up. So long as Matador puts this town center up in like the next couple of next 30 seconds to a minute, he should be completely fine, economically speaking. Then again, you don't want to really be behind the Tsukiyomi player, the Japan player. If you're behind the Japan player in terms of economy, that's painful. 9 times out of 10. So now we got the heavy infantry on the way, a couple more Berserks coming in. And Winter Harvest coming through there for the super quick food income. And Matador can probably drop himself some forts up here as well. Because the big problem is Hachiman's going to come... Oh, that's so much favor. I wouldn't be surprised if Soup goes straight in to a second... Like, just drop a second temple and then just spend everything on Tengu to just run around the map. That 20 favor, you can make yourself like 9 Tengu right off the bat. Of course, they're 200 plus wood, but still be absolutely brutal. We got copper armor, plow. We got the survival equipment, bow saw. All the good stuff for Matador. The good thing here for Norse is that you can just go into building spam. This is something that's super hard to stop against Norse. If Norse players want to play this, you just effectively just chuck everyone on wood and a handful on gold. Just get a whole bunch of buildings everywhere, town centers, village centers, and your opponent has to just knock it all down to make any progress, which gives you a huge amount of time to play with. Meanwhile, 200 favor in the bank here for Soup. He does this a lot, I've noticed, where he likes to bank favor and then just like never use it. I think in this case, he's probably going to drop the new moon onto an armory now that he's got his armory upgrades. It's just so much value. And we see some towers coming through for Matador. I do like these sort of ideas, locking up this position. But Soup can look to grab himself a third talent center, maybe even go Mythic Age here. Doesn't have to hit a timing. He can buy himself these armory upgrades as well, because the economy is effectively equal for Soup at the moment. So there's no real need to spend 1,250 resources effectively to get those armory upgrades. And we'll see if he's going to go for something as the Great Halls. I think Mythic Age here makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Okuninuchi, drop the New Moon for full iron, buy full bronze, New Moon for full iron, and dropping it onto the castle for all those upgrades as well. For a second one. Or a bunch of Omuraki makes perfect sense as well. There's Matador wandering forward. Great Halls going up. I mean, it's just been the biggest of booms from both players. Got to be careful. You don't really want to take this fight as Matador somewhat stuck here, but he chooses to fight. I think he should just be running. Like, there's no need to take the fights. And this is where, basically, this is what the Japan player wants. So if you can just avoid fighting, full stop, you're normally going to be in a good position against Japan. So put walls, put towers, get nice ranged fights and things like that. It's sort of similar to when you play against Norse, right? You don't really want to fight the Norse player either because they're going to be getting favor in. As we do see that New Moon does come down onto the armory. I'm sort of upset that he didn't just buy these. But he has so much favor that I guess it doesn't really matter. Is there a world where he goes for... No, it's not. That takes way too long. This Matador getting himself his portable ram. Still doesn't have this third town center up. It's probably something that was pretty important for him, is more towers into the center. The only issue with this is once Okuninushi comes through, then he can get himself mechanical artisans by new mooning the castle. I could just buy it normally. And then the Oyumi can take these out really, really quickly. And you have to ask yourself, what's your answer for Oyumi as Norse? Jarls are probably the answer, but that's tough. There's a settlement coming up for Matador on the back. Town center on the front coming up here now for Soup as well. A couple of units are getting picked to pieces here. Now Mythic Age is in for Soup as he's going to get himself his Omuraki. His Sacred Gate comes down. He gets himself another Armory. New Moon there as the full iron comes through. And he gets himself an extra Swampland and an extra Shogun. You do see up onto this top side, a little bit of an undermine to just break through. You could pick a lot of villages off. Can he get in front? One Ursa trying. If you get the Berserk, it's moving a lot faster there. Get in front and put some walls down or something. At least a couple of villages will end up going down. As the army slowly pushing through the center, we do see Restless Army in, which will mean Omuraki Pain on the way with 143 favor here. As Soup comes up to the top side with all those Yumi archers. Just have to make sure he's actually firing with them, but with full iron, it almost doesn't matter. But there's a whole bunch of other units over onto this side as Frost gets dropped down onto this front. Give himself just a little bit of time to pressure down over onto this left side as the Yumi getting dismantled by all of those Huskal, and this side position will start to fall. The only issue for Matador is it feels like he's a little bit behind the 8-ball. A couple of wretches over on this side for the Playbringer. Omuraki's hitting the raid. He's a little bit behind the 8-ball on that Mythic Age. I could imagine a Fimbulwinter getting hit right now, or getting clicked right now, being a huge leg up for Matador. But he just doesn't have it. He's missing out on it for some reason. I guess it might just be for armory upgrades. That sort of a difference? I don't know. Probably not. As the Gatherer is going down, we do have a couple of Godi over onto this side as well as Divine Prefecture coming through, which will help with temple production, castle production, villager production as well, as the top town center does end up falling. But over into this position as well, Matador going to start losing some villagers here. So he's got villager kills, but losing them, not ideal. And that also does give some Bushido experience over to Soup as well. As now Matador will be pulling back ever so slightly. More towers coming through. Yeah, you gonna... Can we not use the new moon on the castle? Instead, just build on Meraki, please? They're so much more fun! Ah! At the very least, the Tengu will die, right? The Matador is at full pop. He's got almost enough favor for another Frost, which could be his plan to maybe play around one of the Swamplands or something, but another new moon onto the castle. God, so crazy how much value he's gotten from this tech. I feel like this tech needs like a plus 100 favor cast rate. Like you could put it, yeah, like something like that. You use it once, it goes up to 125. Use it twice, it's 225 or something. I don't know. It seems like that's the type of value that it gives. Anyways. Oyumi will be erasing everything that Matador's put up in this game. He does manage to click up through tier. Which town center, though, is the question. It's like he's onto this back one, so it's somewhat safe there. But his main base is going to be in a lot of trouble here, as Matador does need to catch up on armory upgrades. The one saving grace is that the Bushido tier 4 for full champion is not in yet. Some more buildings up onto this back position. I mean, you're probably asking, why doesn't he just take this fight? And he probably should, but if he can just hold, not lose any units, he's still going to be at 235 pop. And he's at full villages, so losing this is not the end of the world. If you can hit it with a Fimble Winter timing, and maybe get lucky with a Wolf Spawn, he can probably take this fight. He's also going to have a Frost very, very shortly, as he charges forward with his army a little bit on the too soon side of things. He obviously wants this Frost. I mean, if he can Frost the front units and then charge around onto the back, like go right now with the Huskal, that could be another angle to just clean up all the back line. But does he have the throw and axeman numbers to deal with the Samurai? It doesn't look like he does. Swampland getting dropped down over onto this spot here. Frost does get dropped onto the back line and the front line as the units have to pop through those hill forts. Units are falling here for Matador as he's lost nearly everything. And now Fimble Winter comes down. He gets the wolf spawn, but during the middle of the frost is not going to be any assistance at all. And Soup, he's not going to care one iota about the idle time that's been forced here, because he's still at 7.5k military resource value. Now, if Matador can just get all of his cav onto this backline, oh, he doesn't have enough. If he can get all of his units on, I don't know. He needs to be on that backline of Oyumi. And at the very least, the Thrown Axeman can deal with the front line to some degree, especially with the help of the towers and everything else. If he can get onto that backline, he can deal with those. Give himself a little bit more time in this game to sort of catch up. And this crazy power spike from Soup might be able to have been overwhelmed. Berserker gang on the way. So pulling back to his Oyumi for the time being here. And the hill fort will get cleaned up as these units slowly making their way forward. And Matador manages to clean the army. Perfect. Now, Soup does have himself nearly 6,000 gold in the bank. I don't exactly know what his plan is with that. Village differential is equal. And as much as I'd love to say ignore the score right now, the only problem for Matador is, or the big thing that's holding Matador back from equalizing here is going to be the town center, full champion, and full iron. We can get to that. He will stabilize. He will be able to play somewhat of an equal late game here and bring this game back from the brink. Gold mine situation, not looking all too good for Matador though. He needs this gold mine or this gold mine or something to give himself enough time here to bring this game back. So we see Sakura Gardens to come through as well. Always nice to help that favor income. Even if it's only a tiny bit. And I guess now the question is how do you actually deal with the Omyorji? These things are really, really good versus ranged clumps. And all the Oyumi out, as well as the Yumi archers. And if you're Matador, does he have any? He does have one castle, one hill fort in. You do basically want full Huskal right now if you can, especially with bravery. Let's have champion in as well, but Matador forced to take a fight right now as the army is somewhat out of position. But the throw and axemen, they're just not going to be that effective here, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong and they are going to be that effective. Matador's front line is tanking everything, allowing the throw and axeman to get that DPS off. Soup has to pull back. Might be... What unit should Soup be making then? If he can't win this fight, he's up in military resource value. The samurai to come through is now the throw and axeman. Basically, you want to just focus fire these samurai down. You can't attack move because they have so much HP. You want to be picking them off one by one. They're worth 2 infantry units in one. That's kind of the idea. It's looking like, yeah, Matador's big problem here is going to be gold. He doesn't have a temple either. You can't really build any myth units versus the Omyorji either. They do tons and tons of damage to those myth units. Matador is doing an incredibly valiant defense here. Like I said, the only issue is just that gold mine. If he had maybe a trade route started, he does have something started. He's got 7 ox caravans. Maybe he can make something happen here. If he had like 30 ox caravans out already, he wouldn't need a gold mine. He could get rid of like 30 villages, turn them into berserks, charge forward, try and get his town center back, pull this game back from the brink. And Ballista coming in is an interesting try. Now, normally I'd say this is a great idea versus the archers, but the Oyumi are basically this on steroids, which is strange to say because this is a heroic age siege unit versus a mythic age siege unit. But what's the difference in damage? 150, 50 every 3 seconds. Actually, let's do it like this. 25.6, 50. It's got double the siege damage. Pierce, 35.2 versus 16. So this does more pierce. And it doesn't do like splash damage or anything. I'm going to go ahead and say the Oyumi does more pierce damage as well because it's piercing. Anyways, a simple move here for Soup is just to wander forward and put a castle down here and take this town center. Still got plenty of gold mines behind him. 1, 2, 3. You see a castle coming up over onto this side to lock this position off as well. You do have to remember that these castles are also advanced fortifications castles. And they've got that unique Tsukiyomi technology. Makes them do even more. As they're doing 67.5 compared over here to 45 pierce damage. That's what all those upgrades get you. There's now Soup going after the bottom side here. Taking farms out on the way. Can these Oyumi not attack? I think they can't attack the town center unless they kill the farms in front of it. That's a little bit odd. Nonetheless, a castle coming up for Soup. As he's continuously creeping forward here with his gigantic economic advantage. As this trade route manifests itself enough. 13 at the moment. And try and take out this castle and grab this gold mine wouldn't be a terrible idea for Matador. And this is an incredibly valiant effort. Like, you do really have to ignore the score in order to give yourself a shot here in these sort of situations. Because you can see that, like, a lot of these fights, while they're going both ways, Soup is still in front on armory upgrades. Like, so if Matador could just get to full up armory upgrades, I don't think Soup's army is going to be winning these fights at all. And I say it's a big if, right? But if you can get there, it will flip this matchup on its head. So town center for Matador going to come back up. Only issue right now is that there's going to be a Titan gate. There's going to be a Titan. Where is it? I don't even know where he's building it. Hello? Am I blind? Oh, it's right here. There's going to be a Titan here in just over 2 minutes. There's the army charging over here to take out this town center. The army for Matador is somewhat out of position. But if he gets over here, he's going to be in a good spot. Now, towers to come out. These are guard towers with that. I can't remember what the technology is called. I need to look it up. It's this one, right? Tenshu. With Tenshu, which puts these through the roof as well. 35.2 pierce damage compared to 19.2. Of course, that's guard towers on top of watchtowers and Tenshu as well. I still think the Chinese towers and the Egyptian towers are the best in terms of raw damage output. As Matador does manage to defend over on this side. The Soup, meanwhile, pushing the left side with his Omyoji, his towers, and all the other good stuff. As the town center will end up falling. And at the very least, Matador has dealt with this bottom side. He can pull back up and grab this. Still hasn't been able to get himself a single armory upgrade here. An incredibly valiant effort from Matador. But, I mean, what else can he do except for just rotate between these two towns? And at some point, this is going to fall, which will mean that this now 21 caravan trade route is going to stop working. There is Frost available. There is also Undermine, which will kill off all of these towers. You might not believe it, but if you angle this like this, there you go. He will kill every tower instantly here. He just misses this one, unfortunately, but the other two will end up going down. Thank you for the 300 bits, me giant. Appreciate you, my friend. Matador now back up to the top side. Walls coming up over here as Ballister will clean this up and break through. And the Titan now is out. And Soup is ready to move across the map and create some real destruction. As the Swampland comes down and this is really painful for Matador, actually. He really should not be sitting on this. Normally at 33 minutes into the game, a god power like Swampland wouldn't be that much of a deal. Big deal. You're going to rebuild the units anyways. But he just doesn't have the income. 60 villagers plus the trade route. 23. He's getting close to a decent income, but it's not really enough to be throwing away units here, as the villagers on this Ford gold mine now get sent flying as the Titan is in and tail whipping around here. How many heroes are there? There's 4 Goaty at the moment. We need a lot of heroes to actually deal with this Titan, or your own Titan. Berserk's got bonus damage versus Titans, but the Titan will one-hit them, so it's not the biggest... it doesn't really work. Or at least basically one-hit them. How much HP do they have? Maybe it doesn't one-hit them. They got close to like 280 effective hack armor. This guy will do 2x on 70. But not quite. Anyways, 2 hitting them. Or something. Fortified Town Center going down over here as well as the Goatee come through and slowly start chipping away at this Titan. Generally speaking, to kill off a Titan, you have to sack a lot of Town Center, a lot of unit, and go from there. Another Plague Bringer on Meraki is in. The Soup has made like somewhat of a mistake here in this late game. With I guess with Japan,
何
there's 11 Miko, which is 11 pop. Then there's 100 villages. And then on top of that, there's 30 caravans. So you got like 141 population of economy. So while he is dealing with a lot of stuff here with this Titan, I mean, what else? You need some military as well, to some degree. But I guess if Matador's got no economy, then that's going to be it after all is said and done. As a Fimbulwinter will get dropped down. We'll just simply limit the population, the economy. Well, basically it'll just be a good thing for Soup here. Him losing some villages is what he wants. He just queues up a ton of Onmyoji. Nothing but the Onmyoji on the way now. And Matador in that moment will tap out. A valiant effort. I mean, this, to some degree, this game did come down to just one gold mine. I think if Matador had managed to actually secure this gold mine a little bit earlier, he would have gotten to his armory upgrades. Probably would have been able to take advantage of this push here. There was also something weird that happened where I felt like Matador was in a good spot. He didn't manage to get his Mythic Age in a similar time to what Soup did for no real great reason. Let me take a look at the military difference or the economy difference. Yeah. So like he's in front on the economy, and yeah, New Moon will bring that back. Yeah. Bushido will maybe give an advantage over to the Tsukiyomi player, but I don't think it's enough to be like, you're in the Mythic Age and the other player isn't. So I was a bit shocked on why that happened. Of course, there's probably like the spend on military, on buildings or something, maybe from Matador that happened, but I think maybe if he hit the Mythic Age at a similar time, he might have been able to keep this one close and give Soup a run for his money with this Tsukiyomi god. Unfortunately, just could not quite bring this game back. Super close. Almost managed to do it. Nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed the game, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game. That was fun. Fun, give me the game. Whoa. Alrighty, where to next? Congrats, Miss Master of Freedom. I'm gonna get a quick snacky. I'm gonna get a quick snacky, and I'll be right back, and we will maybe watch another game. You got to spend that Japanese DLC money. Well, didn't you hear? Didn't you hear? Age of Mythology most successful Most selling Age of Empires game at the moment. We are winning. Let's go. Age of Mythology number 1. Was today opposite day? No. Oh, I said I was going to cast one more game, didn't I? Let's play one. Probably get dominated. Dude, these games pop instantly. What the hell? Is Demeter out yet? Next year. Pegasus! Fuck. We're gonna get owned here. Oh god. No! I don't want this. My body.
Já, samþykkt, veiðimaður.
Til ég vil satt.
Tilbúin.
Já, samþykkt. Til skipan ég satt. Ég satt. Ég vil. Til já.
I should probably just put an ox guard here. There's no.
Ég vil timbursveit.
Til skip samþykkt. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Skipan. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Alright, that's enough chatting for one day. Gonna take this very seriously. I am not expecting to win this game in the slightest. My Norse sucks. Zeus is really good into Norse. So I might put that house in the back. Zeus is really good into Norse. My Norse sucks, etc.
Hver þar?
I do get, at least I'm on Tundra with Odin. At least that's a thing. Blood and Skeletons back is big. True.
Skipan? Hver þar?
Hver þar?
Tilbúin.
Watch him smack my villagers. Okay, it's not bad.
Skipan.
It's nice.
Samþykkt. Ég samþykkt. Ég vil. Satt.
Já, hver er það?
Satt. Grjótsveit.
Til satt. Ég vil. Satt.
Smack! Ha!
Ég vil. Satt.
Skipan. Ég vil.
Já.
Samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Já. Satt. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
You can just rag from that. This guy. Always a joker.
Skipan. Satt. Grjótsveit.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Skissa. Já, ég vil. Tilbúið satt. Ég vil samþykkt. Ég vil. Já.
Tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Skipan.
Hver er það? Ég satt. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúið satt. Ég.
Já.
Samþykkt. Já. Veiðimaður.
Skipan.
Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Þar. Veiðimaður.
Ég vil. Hver samþykkt? Já. Til orustuslag.
Skipan. Atrás. Tilbúin. Timbursveit.
Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Satt.
Já, tilbúið satt.
Já. Hver er það? Samþykkt. Hver er það? Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já.
Til satt. Ég vil.
Já, satt. Til samþykkt. Já, satt. Ég satt. Samþykkt.
Skip samþykkt. Satt.
Til, já. Hver er það? Já, samþykkt. Satt. Hver er ég vil? Til, satt. Hver er já? Já, ég vil. Satt. Já, ég vil. Tilbúin. Satt.
Já.
Hver er samþykkt? Veiðimaður.
Já, já. Hver er það? Tilbúin. Satt. Atrás. Já, já. Satt. Samþykkt.
Tilbúið. Ég samþykkt.
Skip. Ég, já. Samþykkt. Ég, já. Satt. Já, já. Samþykkt. Til, ég, já. Samþykkt. Já. Satt. Já. Ég, já. Satt. Ég vil.
Skipan.
Hver er það? Samþykkt.
Já.
Tilbúin. Satt. Ég vil. Já. Satt. Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Hver er það? Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Hver er samþykkt?
Tilbúin.
Já. Til, já. Satt.
Já.
Skipan.
Skipan. Ég satt. Hver, já. Samþykkt.
Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Ég vil. Atrás. Já. Hver er það?
Já. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Já. Ég samþykkt. Til orusturslag. Já. Ég vil.
Til orustuslag.
Sækið fram.
Já, satt. Ég vil.
Ég vil. Satt.
Til samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil. Já. Tilbúin. Já. Tilbúin. Já. Samþykkt. Já.
Já, ég vil. Já, samþykkt. Satt. Ég samþykkt. Ég, já.
Tilbúin. Já. Já. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil. Já.
Satt.
Ég vil. Já. Ég samþykkt. Já. Ég samþykkt.
Hver er það? Ég vil. Til, já. Hver er það? Já. Ég vil. Skip. Satt. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil.
Já. Já.
Já. Samþykkt.
Já. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin.
Skipan. Tilbúin.
Satt. Hver er það? Ég, já. Satt. Já.
Skip til
Ég vil.
orusturslag.
Já. Atrás.
Já. Sækja. Tilbúin. Samþykkt.
Satt.
Já. Atrás. Ég samþykkt. Til orusturslag. Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já. Já. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil.
Skipan.
Satt.
Já. Tilbúin. Já. Ég samþykkt.
Já, ég samþykkt.
Ég vil sækið
Já,
fram
ég samþykkt.
til orrustuslag. Ég vil
Tilbúið. Já, ég samþykkt.
til ég vil.
Ég vil. Já, fyrir það. Tilbúið. Já, fyrir það.
Já, hver er það? Ég vil. Grjótsveit.
Skip. Já, ég satt. Já, ég vil.
Já, ég samþykkt. Skipan. Ég vil. Tilbúinn. Já, samþykkt. Ég vil. Tilbúinn.
Tilbúið. Já, ég vil.
Já, ég vil.
Já, ég vil.
Tilbúinn.
Já, ég vil.
Já,
Fyrir þar. Skipan. Til samþykkt. Já.
til skipan. Samþykkt. Já. Já. Tilbúinn. Ég
Fyrir þar.
skipan. Já. Að ráð. Já, já.
Skipan í satt.
Tilbúinn. Til að ráð. Skipan. Já, samþykkt. Já. Skip. Já. Tilbúinn. Sækið fram. Já. Samþykkt. Tilbúinn.
Tilbúin skipa. Satt. Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Ég vil. Til samþykkt. Já.
Skip. Já, samþykkt.
Fyrir þar. Tilbúið. Já, satt. Já.
Ég vil.
Skipan. Já. Veiðimaður.
Já. Til ég vil. Satt. Skipan. Til fyrir þar.
Já, ég vil. Já.
Skipan. Ég satt. Samþykkt. Til já.
Já. Ég vil samþykkt til orrustuslag. Já. Að ráð samþykkt. Já.
Já. Ég vil. Til já.
Tilbúinn. Já.
Fyrir þar. Atrás.
Sækið fram.
Til skipan.
Já.
Já. Ég vil.
Ég samþykkt.
Satt.
Ég að ráð. Tilbúinn. Já.
Til já. Fyrir þar. Skipan.
Já, satt.
Tilbúinn. Ég samþykkt.
Fyrir þar. Ég samþykkt.
Ég vil. Já.
Já.
Samþykkt til orrustuslag.
Já. Ég vil. Satt. Já. Ég vil.
Hver er það? Já, samþykkt. Ég vil. Satt.
Til já.
Veiðimaður.
Já. Ég satt. Ég vil. Skipan.
Já.
Til fyrir þar.
Ég atrás. Já. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Satt. Hver er samþykkt? Ég. Já. Satt.
Skipan. Til ég. Já. Samþykkt. Ég. Já. Já.
Skipan. Hver er það? Já, ég vil. Samt veiðimaður.
Tilbú. Samþykkt.
Tilbúinn. Ég vil samþykkt. Grjótsveit.
Ég vil. Já.
Samþykkt.
Fyrir satt. Ég. Já.
Hver er það?
Samþykkt. Satt. Ég. Já.
Skipan. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Satt. Ég vil. Já. Satt. Samþykkt. Til
Tilbúin.
orrustuslag.
Satt. Ég vil. Satt. Veiðimaður.
Já.
Atrás.
Tilbúin.
Wonderful.
Skipan. Já. Atrás. Til. Já. Tilbú. Skipan. Atrás. Já. Fyrir. Já. Ég vil. Til orrustuslag. Ég vil. Já. Já. Ég. Já. Atrás. Já. Satt. Ég. Já. Já. Ég. Já. Samþykkt. Til orrustuslag. Já. Satt. Ég. Já.
Skip. Ég vil.
Skip. Ég vil. Atrás. Til. Já. 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 Satt. Já.
Skipan. Tilbúinn. Já. Til
Til
orrustuslag.
atrás. Tilbúin. Fyrir. Já.
Skipækið fram.
Til atrás. Já. Til já. Atrás. Já. Til orrustuslag.
Ég vil. Ég vil.
Samþykkt. Satt.
Hver samþykkt? Timbursveit.
Tilbúin, ég vil. Hver já, ég já, ég samþykkt, já. Tilbúin, ég samþykkt, já, satt, samþykkt.
Tilbúin, samþykkt.
Hver það? Ég vil, satt, já.
Skipan.
Já, samþykkt, já, satt. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Satt. Sækið fram!
Hver þar? Já.
Ég vil. Ég, já. Til samþykkt. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Satt, já. Skipan.
Skipan.
Samt ég vil.
Skipan.
Já, samþykkt. Veiðimaður.
Já, samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já,
Skipan.
samþykkt, já. Hver þar?
Já, satt.
Satt, já.
Satt.
Tilbúin, ég vil.
Já, satt.
Hver samþykkt? Ég vil.
Já. Ég vil.
Hver það? Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Satt.
Já, satt. Samþykkt. Já, satt. Hver það? Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Já.
Já, ég vil. Satt. Hver þar?
Skipan.
Skipan?
Já.
Já, satt. Ég vil. Ljósamaður.
Skipan. Tilbúin. Já, ég samþykkt. Já. Já, satt. Ég samþykkt. Já, ég vil. Já, satt. Ég vil. Já, satt. Ég samþykkt. Já. Hver ég vil.
Já. Fjósamann.
Satt. Já, ég vil. Já, samþykkt. Tilbúin. Já, ég vil.
Já, ég samþykkt.
Hver tilbúin. Já.
Já, satt. Ég samþykkt.
Já, ég samþykkt.
Hver það? Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Samþykkt.
Hver það? Já, ég satt.
Ég vil.
Já, samþykkt. Ég vil. Já, satt. Tilbúin.
Skipan. Já, ég samþykkt. Já.
Hver þar?
Tilbúin.
Já.
Ég vil. Tilbúin. Já, samþykkt.
Ég vil.
Til satt. Grjótsveit. Hver samþykkt? Ég vil.
Hver þar? Tilbúin. Já, satt. Samþykkt. Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Já, ég samþykkt.
Já.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil.
Já, samþykkt. Ég vil. Já, samþykkt. Já, ég satt. Já, ég satt. Samþykkt. Já, ég satt. Já, ég vil. Til orustuslag. Já, samþykkt. Já, ég vil. Já, samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Ég satt. Satt. Já. Ég vil. Satt. Samþykkt.
Já.
Já, til orustuslag. Já. Ég samþykkt. Já.
Já.
Skipan timbursveit.
Samþykkt. Já. Ég samþykkt. Ég vil.
Atrás. Já, satt. Til orust. Já, ég vil. Já. Ég samþykkt. Ég satt.
Til samþykkt. Ég samþykkt. Já, samþykkt.
Já.
Skipan. Veiðimaður.
Hver það? Ég vil.
Ég samþykkt. Já. Ég vil.
Til satt. Já. Já, samþykkt. Satt. Já. Já, ég vil. Samþykkt. Já.
Já. Já.
Satt. Ég samþykkt.
Satt. Atrás. Samt ég vil. Já. Til orustuslag. Hver já.
Til samsæki. Atrás. Já. Skipan. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Grjótsveit. Samþykkt.
Já, skipan. Timbursveit.
Tilbúin. Já. Satt. Grjótsveit. Skipan. Tilbúin. Já. Já, samþykkt. Já. Grjótsveit. Til skip. Já, já.
Tilbúin.
Ah.
Hver er það? Skipan.
Ég vil samt. Já.
Tilbúin. Grjótsveit. Ég vil.
Til já. Samþykkt. Til orustur. Já.
Skip satt. Samt. Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Já, ég vil.
Tilbúin. Já, já. Skip. Já.
Já. Tilbúin. Veiðimaður. Skipan. Ádrás.
Já, skip. Já. Tilbúin.
Tilbúið. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Já, skip. Já.
Hver samt timbursveit.
Já. Tilbúin. Ég, já, já. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin.
Veiðimaður.
Skip. Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Já.
Já. Tilbúin. Já. Tilbúin. Ég, já. Já, ég vil.
Tilbúin. Já. Atrá.
Skip. Samþykkt. Já.
Skip til ég vil.
Já, ég vil. Samþykkt.
Já.
Tilbúin. Já. Já. Samþykkt. Tilbúin.
Já. Skip. Ég vil það. Samþykkt. Ádrás. Tilbúin. Ádrás.
Já, skip. Ég, já.
Yeah, there's too much stuff.
Já.
I'm just lost.
Tilbúið. Ég vil.
Skip satt. Tim atrás. Já. Ég vil. Já. Satt. Veiðimaður.
Hver er þar?
Almost. How are you supposed to kill off Toxotes? I don't think I should have don't think I should have grabbed my town center back. I think I should have just gone all in on him. I think I was way in front because he's down to this. I think I should have just ran straight at him straight away. Maybe put one villager on a town center or one unit on a town center and then just went crazy. Yeah, I either need to get like heroic age for Jarl or Huskal, because like you just can't. I don't know how I'm supposed to micro this.
No.
Like it's too hard to kill off the Toxotes and get the raiding cavalry to get in the right spot
Skipan.
while I'm stuck in the classical age. If I could have maybe had some more food somewhere to actually eat and get all this favor spent, I might have been in a good spot, but I'm sacking my Valkyries randomly. I did good to defend against the Minotaur bullshit though. That's some hard microing the throw an axeman and Ursa to keep the Minotaur off my backline. Oh, well, GG. I had throw an axeman Ursa and I could have just been spamming units up to 100 and... What is it, 160 population? I could have just rushed 160 pop, dropped an armory, stayed on the villages that I was on, and just cut him off gold. That would have been like maybe the better play. But as I said, Zeus best god in the game. What can you do? He didn't even play it correctly. Stop doing fun strats first, me. You jerk. Oh, you saw it on my YouTube channel? Yeah, it's a good strat. It's probably like it's second in slot. The only thing better than 50 favor by 5 minutes for Minotaur is 50 favor by 5 minutes for Centaur. That's the only thing that's any better. Because Centaur are basically Minotaur, except they don't die. I'm pooped now. The game took it out of me. Or by going heroic? What do you mean by going? I couldn't get to the heroic age. I didn't have a town center. But I may be going heroic age for Frost Giants instead of the second town center. Was an angle for sure. I think I would have lost my town center though. Maybe I would have worked. Yeah, I play one real stressful game and I lose all energy. It's just gone. I get zapped. It's just like, phew. But that's mostly because the bloody system pitted me against against the best god in the game with the worst god in the game. That's all. It's got nothing about no endurance. It's like I'm doing a sprint here. See, when I watch John Arbiter play, he's sitting there, he's like playing like 15 APM. Just trying to get 200 favor for double plenty volt late game, so you can just sit there and, you know. Me, I'm macroing, I'm microing, playing real civs like Odin. None of this skillless Poseidon shenanigans. His brain doesn't fatigue. Yeah, I know. Plenty much. Oh man. I say Odin's the strongest god in the game like 3 times. Yeah, it's true. I beat some Japanese players. I beat some strong Japanese players with Odin in it. Put Odin into S triple plus tier. Ah, I almost had that game. Why can't I just be better? Then I could have said Odin's the best god. Ah, but then I would have had the trouble of Pegasus saying that Zeus is not strong when Zeus is also the best god. Ah, damn. It's a hard life. It's very difficult. What is this? What is this positioning from Firefox? It's like he doesn't respect the Ra at all. What is this? I can't cast this game, guys. I'm pooped. We're just gonna sit here and watch it. Firefox is retreating, yeah. I'm like, what is this? Wait, can he get through this way? I really hope 2 Sphinx just come in and eat these villagers. Let's speed up. People were wanting some nice Egyptian gameplay, so let's have a little watch over here and see what's happening. Pickaxe in a little late here from Matador. It doesn't really change anything. Not a huge deal. As long as you get it in pretty quickly, it's fine. General build is fine. Temple's a bit late. Advancing late versus Hades isn't the worst thing in the world. This actually isn't a... This is one of those maps that people will complain about. Because you've got one town center over here that's got boar and a gold mine. And you've got another town center... Actually, that has only got boar. Both the gold mines are at the top here. So... Oh, wow, he went for this one? Really? Isn't that crazy? Okay, into barracks, alright. I kind of feel like this is crazy. In going for this, you're forced to go into spearmen so you can prevent a forward fortress coming down, and you need to have the priests out to deal with the manticores. Or curse or something like that. So there's like so much stuff you have to play around. Oh, he's also pushed off this wood line as well. Like, these walls are normally really good versus an Egyptian player who goes 2TC fast heroic, but if they're building units, you can't go for them. Because you'll lose the villages randomly and it hurts. And there's the fortress. Does this get spotted? That's what the spearmen are for. And they'll all get cursed. It does get spotted. Well, this is as good as it's going to get for the Hades player. Like, I don't want to play this situation here if I'm the Ra. This feels awful. Like, you have to sack this, retreat, remake units. You got cursed somewhere. All the spearmen are gone. I mean, this does actually make sense, though, for Matador. Sack the Ford Town Center, force a defensive-ish fortress, sack the Ford Town Center, go for a big timing. This makes a lot of sense. This is a misplay from Firefox to grab the Town Center. In fact, I don't think this Town Center should go back up for Matador either. Because you want to go straight to like 175 pop with like 3 siege towers and just walk through this. Because the curse is gone. Sentinels is gone. Well, Sentinels is useless here. And you've got such an overwhelming like advantage in terms of military from playing Egyptian at this point in the game that you should be able to push back. But he goes for the town center anyways. I think this town center maybe was correct because the third town center went up. I don't know. Into Osiris. And now begins the like, wow, like Matador is so far in front. This is crazy. All right, Matador's onto something. Firefox, he's going to have to reevaluate. I would think that, I would have thought that in terms of just like the strategic choices in terms of town centers and things like that in this game favored the Hades so hard. Maybe no. Oop, I was thinking. Maybe it works, but you just have to play it slightly different in the middle. Does anyone want to play a casual custom game versus me? Yeah, so recorded games have a bit of an out of sync thing happening. I don't know why. It just happens. Yeah, I played ranked enough today. Look at my rating. I hit 1800. Let's go. John's gonna teach me a lesson. Is it how to macro to 3 plenty volts? I'm gonna grab another quick snacky. I'll be right back. Where's my opponent? Someone was gonna join, I thought. Carlos, you're not 1500 plus. I give up. Am I playing versus Pegasus again? No, he's playing someone else. Thank God. I'm playing against someone else, though. I got to avoid the Pegasus. He's too strong for me. He's abusing Zeus. Too strong god. Orange? How dare you? Play some piano? I can't. Actually, I could. My partner's awake. We're in school holidays now. Vindicare. How does anyone like the Genius Olympian? It's a terrible change. One of the worst changes I think this game's ever made. I mean, I could have told you it was a terrible change, but no. In fact, I think I did. Victory! Let's go! I win! Vindicare! Take that! What was changed? Oh, this tech. I'll just explain why it's not very good. So, this thing here used to be 25% HP plus reduced train rate for the heroes. Very, very cheap upgrade. Super impactful already with the extra HP. Now you get regen of 1 HP per second. Which basically means you can just be an absolute idiot with your units early on. Take half HP damage, doesn't matter. But you can cause ridiculous amounts of damage early with an attack. And then these guys go back up to full HP. And then from then on out, the effect has no real effect in the game. Because if it's in a fight, the units are going to die, right? If it's in a big fight, they're going to die. So there's no, like, the regen doesn't have any impact there. Whereas the train time, that will get my heroes back into the fight faster. So all it did is it makes it really fucking annoying to play verse in the early stages of the game. And then it makes it worse later in the game when I want my heroes out faster. So big thumbs down. And that's just because it's John Arbiter's idea. That's why. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. Gonna be a funny game with what do you mean? Good one, Church, you fat. It's annoying you can't heal a hero? Mate, just rebuild it. There's a whole bunch of other units you can't re-heal. There's a whole bunch of stuff that can't heal. What are you talking about? You can't heal with this god during the heroic age. You can't heal with this god during the at all. I don't think you can heal at all with Kronos. Per Kronos, all he's got is Valor. That's not healing. That's just turning a unit into a hero. Can he heal at all? Dude, Kronos has got 0 healing. Zeus has more healing than Kronos. What, can we not buff Kronos first before we buff Zeus? At least Zeus can go Aphrodite and then get Temple of Healing. Mate, play Hades. How are you going to heal with Hades? Hades got 0 healing apart from Restoration. Pay 100 favor to get all that back in. Poor guy. Hell, China. Wait, which one is it? Shenong. Shenong can heal the myth units, I guess. Fair enough. You have to wait till the heroic age to get any meaningful healing, though. And it's not even good. Poor China. Japan? Mate, they have to sacrifice their economy to get some healing in. It's not fair. His heroes should be good. His heroes are good. Zeus's heroes are the best. I love Zeus's heroes. Zeus and I, we go way back. Zeus has got the oh, okay, Vindicare again. Is he just gonna resign? Yeah, Karma, I'm going to sleep soon, so no, I will not be casting Nothing. I'm rage baiting? No, I'm just telling you how it is. There's no rage bait. Heroic regeneration? No, that doesn't count. That's in the heroic age at the very least. And you have to heroize the unit to get the regen in.
下命令。是的，好的。
是的，出发。
请下命令。
建筑
什么？遵命。建筑工。
遵命出发。
Plus, you've got fucking... What's it called with Apollo? You've got Temple of Healing. Just use that. No, I can't believe it.
准备好了，猎人。
I love you so much. Okay. Be kind to me.
是的。
起什么？遵命出发。
准备好了。是的。
准备好了。是的，出发。准备好了，遵命出发。遵命。
什么？请下命令。出发。好的。准备。是的。好的。
是的。什么？遵命。出发。出发。
是的。
Whoops.
准备好了。
准备好了。起什么？遵命，出发。
是的。
准备好了，出发。遵命，遵命。
请下命令。
是的，遵命。遵命，出发。遵命，出发。请准备好了。
Give me my relics.
遵命出发。遵命出发。
请下命令。
是的，遵命矿工。
Woo! The build! Look at it! Look at that perfection on that one.
什么？
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the next Kwafu out or not, but
准备好了。
I could take this villager off.
请下出发，遵命出发，猎人准备猎人，遵命猎人，请下命令出发，猎人。
是的。
Just want 5 in for the next thing.
出发，矿工。
是的，遵命。出发，遵命。准备好了，出发，遵命。
请下命令。
什么？遵命。好的。
是的，遵命，矿工。什么？
遵命。什么？出发，伐木工。
是的。 出发，遵命，出发。
准备出发，矿工。
准备好了。
准备好了。
请下命令。
什么？遵命。 出发！
是遵命，建筑工。
遵命，出发！遵命，出发！遵命，出发！
是的，好的。
Am I gonna get onied?
请下命，遵命，遵命。是的。
Am I gonna get onied or am I gonna get Watch me bucketed.
请下命令。
It's a guardhouse.
什么？
请吃的。什么？遵出发。
准备好了。
什么？准备好了，准出发。遵命。出发。遵出发。是的。
什么？建筑工。请出发，建筑工矿工。
请遵命出发。
是的，建筑工。
是什么？是的，遵命。准备好了。
That's an arm. Oh, that's a village center. Okay. Hello? Maybe I'll go for another town center here. I think I'll just get next stage.
建筑工。
准备好了。是的。遵命。
好的。
是的，遵命，猎人。
什么？
什么？
请下命令。是的，出发。什么？准备好。遵命。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。
准出发。遵猎人。
请下命令。是的。
好的。
出发。什么？建筑工。猎人。请下命令，遵命，出发，遵出发，猎人。
请下命令，准备，遵命，出发。
That's a stable.
命猎人。
出发，遵命，遵命。 出发！
什么？出发！遵命。
好的，
请下处猎人。
什么？遵命，请下命令。出发！遵命。出发！遵命。出发！
准备好了，出发！遵命，出发！猎人。
请下命令。什么？遵命。请下命令。 什么？是的，遵命。
是的，
准备好了。是的，出发。是的。
So
好的，准出发。
I don't see any dojos.
请下什么？遵命。
That's going to be units that I don't think I need the archers here.
什么？遵命。
什么？请下命令。
请下命令。遵命。 是准备好了，出发，遵命。出发，什么？遵命。
准备遵是的。
出发，遵命。
什么？
请下出发，出发。
好的，
是的。是
好的。 什么？遵命。出发，出发，是出发，出发，出发，遵命。
准备好了。
是的。
什么？出发，遵命，请下命令。准备好了，出发。是出发。
请遵命，建筑工。
什么？
请是的，遵命。
请下遵命，建筑工伐木
什么？
请下命令。
准备遵命，请下命令。是遵命。
准备好了。是的。
是的。
请下出发。遵命，伐木工。
什么？
好的。
准备好了，出发。
出发。
是的，出发。建筑工。
请遵命。
什么？遵命。建筑工。
什么？出发！遵命。准备出发！请遵命。什么？是出发？
准备好。是的，请出发。遵命。出发，猎人。
请下命令。出发。
什么？
请出发。是的。
是的，猎人。
准备好了，出发，开战！攻击！
请遵命出发。
出发，遵命。遵命，出发。出发。是的，出发，遵命。出发。
请遵命。
遵命。准备遵命，出发。遵命，出发。遵命，出发。出发，出发。遵命，出发。是攻击，出发。遵命，
遵命。
请出发。是的。遵命。
是的，出发，遵命。好的，
遵命，出发。
准备好。是的，
出发。
准备好了，遵命。建筑工。
准备好了，建筑工。
什么？好的，是的。
请下命令。出发，出发。
请下建筑工。建筑工。
是的，请下命令。遵命，遵命。
准备好了。
出发，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，准备出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，什么出发？请出发，遵命，出发，
请出发，遵命出。好的，
出发，出发。
That's a lot of Miko.
遵命。
是什么？建筑工。
是的，请下命令。
什么？建筑工。
什么？准备出发。什么？请出发。
是的，出发。建筑工。建筑工。建筑工。
准备什么？出发。遵命。出发。请出发。是出发。
准备建筑猎人。
准备好了。什么？出发。遵命，攻击！准备好了，出发！遵命，开战！遵命，出发！攻击！遵命！出发！遵命！出发！遵命！出发！
请下命。遵命。建筑工。是的。
出发。遵命。建筑工。
是的。什么？出发。是的，遵命，出发，遵命，请下命令，遵命，准备好了。是的，遵命。什么？出发？
请下命令。是的。什么？
什么？出发。遵命。
是的。什么？出发，出发，准备好了。是遵命。
Okay.
准备好，出发。
是的。
出发，猎人。
是的，遵命。
飞出去。
准备出发。建筑工。
出发。请遵命。什么？出发。出发，遵命。出发，遵命。
请下命令。什么？遵伐木工。
遵命。
遵命出发。是的。
出发。遵命出发。攻击。遵命。出发。遵命。 出发！请下命令。是的，是的，攻击！是的，遵命。好的，是的。攻击，攻击！是的，攻击海战，是海战。出遵命，遵命。
准备好了。
是出发。建筑工，建筑工，建筑工。
请示遵命。建筑工。
请什么？出发。出遵命。
什么是出发？猎人。
是的，出发。
准备好了。是的，出发。
好的，出发。出发。
Slowly move over here, I guess.
下命。是的，
好的，遵命。出发。遵命。准备好了。什么？
准备好了。
是的，
请下命令。
请下命令。
是的，
是出发。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。准备好。出发。遵命。遵命。什么？开战！是的。遵命。是开战！是的。出发。准备好。出发。遵命。请下命令。出发。是的。准备。遵命。
准备好了。
好的。出发。遵命。
下命令。
遵命。出发。遵命。遵命。出发。
This is going to be incredibly stupid, but I'm going to lose all my units to God power here.
遵命。攻击！攻击！是的。出发。行，请遵命。行。是的。
End of the modes.
攻击！准备好，是出发。好的，遵命。准备就绪。下命。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。行。请出发。
遵命。遵命。矿工。
遵命。出发。开战。出发。遵命。
什么？
Thought that was going to go worse for me.
出发。建筑工。
是的，
好的。
请下命令。遵命。建筑工。
什么？出发。出发。是的，好的。遵命。出发。开战。好的。出攻击。出发。遵命。
准备好了。什么？建筑工。
准备好了。建筑工。
是出发。
是遵命。是的。
是的。出发。
准备好的。是的。
准备好了。遵命。出发。
是的。
伐木矿工。建筑工。
是遵命。出发。请下命令。遵命。是的。是遵命。全出发。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。
请下命令。遵建筑工。
出发。
Oh my god.
遵命。是的，请下命令。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。遵命。出发。什么？遵命。出发。
准备好了。建筑工。准备。遵命。出发。
什么？准备。建筑工。
出发。是的，准备好了。遵命。遵命。出发。出发。开战。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。
遵命。出发。什么？
请下命令，建筑工、矿工，什么？出发，矿工。
遵命。出发。
什么？遵命。出发。
遵命。什么？
是的，开战！攻击！开战！出发！遵命！出发！准备
准备好，请下命令。
遵建筑工。出发！遵命！请下命令。遵命！出发！
准建筑农夫。
是建筑农夫，请下命令。请遵命。
遵命。
是建筑工，建筑工，建筑。
是的。
准备就绪。
攻击！是的，出发！遵命，开战！出发！
什么？出发。
建筑工。
出发！遵命。准备好了。
I don't know what I'm saving this favor for. Oh, actually, no, I can make after I kill off all of these guys. Can I take this town center?
什么？出发！
准备好了。什么？是遵出发。遵命，猎人。
是的。请下命令，攻击！
请出发。
出发！
是出发。好的，请遵命。出发。准备就绪。请下命令。是的。
遵命。
出发。
Undodgeable.
遵命。遵命。出发。
遵命。出矿工。出发。
准备遵命。什么？是出发。
什么？请下猎人。
GG. Earthwall win? No, we don't play for Earthwall. Yeah, I split my army up because the sword is undodgeable. And if you split your army up, it can't hit you from... I mean, of course, it can go different angles, but you just have to make sure you're... And some of your units are like floating here, 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 in like a circle, and then he can't hit you. You just make your army... Put your army into a circle. Or something like that. I really wanted to make these birds work. Get me some of these guys out and let me send them at him. I even had Pandora's box to make a ton of them. I didn't get time. Nah, well, next time. Japan is a power spike civ? Kinda. Is Japan a power spike civ? Kinda. Kinda. Yeah, basically, you want to play... I don't think Japan is bad past 40 minutes. I think it depends on how you're playing for Japan. I'm going to have to finish up this stream soon, but we can talk about it. So, for example, if you have this unit or you have this unit, all of a sudden, you've got yourself some really, really great pushing potential. If you go for this thing, all of a sudden your siege become insane. And that gives you more pushing potential. And that's really all the late game is. It's your ability to take out positions. So you've got both options with the Matarasu to go for either of these. You could go for a whole bunch of Asura, depending on which matchup you're in, to break through all of the big defenses. Or you go Okuninushi and you get yourself Mechanical Artisans and make that work. Tsukiyomi can do the same thing. He's got two options. He's got going for Omyodo and grabbing yourself a whole bunch of Omyoji, which is really good in the late game, especially when you mix them with units that are really good with them. For example, you can actually do, instead of going for Mechanical Artisans and going for the Oyumi route, you can actually go for Omuraki plus Omyoji. So the Omyoji don't get their big boost, but that's fine because they've got themselves an incredible front line with a whole bunch of Omuraki. So all of this stuff here in the late game is like, if you can get it set up, then you're good. Like it's like a death ball. It's not going to die. So it's like, I feel like Japan isn't, like we're calling it a timing civ, but it's more of a death ball civ. You make your death ball, and if you get to your death ball, you go and kill your opponent with it. If they figure out a counter for the death ball in whichever way, then it doesn't work, and you have to you pick the wrong strat. Like for example, you picked the wrong strat and you should do something else. What's the easiest god to play for the beginners? I do have a tier list on that. You've got Gaia, you've got probably Thor or Freyr in the Norse gods, so they're probably the harder of the civs to play. It's probably Isis for the Egyptian gods. It's probably Hades for the Greek gods. Probably Noir for the Chinese gods, and it's probably Amaterasu for the Japanese gods. All right, guys. I think that's me done for today. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me, but I'm in need of sleep. Yeah, I've already said this, but the I'm not streaming, like I'm sort of just doing what I can through the rest of December. I'm kind of taking a break from streaming and stuff to some degree. Normally I try and go for 8-hour days, but I'm only going to be doing 4-hour days. I won't be on tomorrow. I might be on Monday. I'll probably be on Tuesday. I might be on Wednesday. I won't be on Christmas on Thursday. I don't think I'll be on Boxing Day either. I might be on the 27th. I won't be on the 28th. And then I go to Singapore. Might be on the 29th actually. And then I go to Singapore for New Year's Eve. And then we're back to normal in January. So I'll see you guys later for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. We do have games coming out on YouTube. So if you have a fix that needs fixing, please watch on YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Well, we have to wait for the raid.